God. Hi, hello, MJ from the Piscord here. Excuse the username, I still can't change. Oh, yeah, that's right. Hello, good to see you. I realized I was calling you by the wrong name last time you were on here. I got my wires crossed about who it was from the Piscord who created the unpronounceable name. But yeah, it's good to see you, MJ. Hello from across the pond. Sweet Caroline. Blah, blah, blah. There's my little sweets. My little sweets back there lumping around. Pass the fuck out. We just switched to free feeding her instead of set meal times, and she's gotten so much more calm. She is on my ass so much less now that she knows that her cup runneth over. No food insecurity here, which is good. Now she's getting big. I wish to be anywhere near as comfortable as your kitty. Oh yeah, she does this amazing sleeping position where she's on her back and turned. Ooh, and like, her little paws are twisted and her body's twisted and her spine, and I just wish like nothing that I could get to that level of comfort and flexibility. And I'm a flexible person. Thanks, hypermobility. I know those things aren't the same thing, but I got both. And I still envy the cat because I have that weird mix of technical flexibility, but because the joints are so loose, my body is also incredibly tight stress-wise to try and like lock everything into place and hold everything in that would otherwise just be completely falling apart because my tendons are so weak and shit. So yeah, I envy her physicality, her elegance, her relaxation. She's an angel. I learned this week, everyone, that Sufjan Stevens is actually a baritone. Isn't that crazy? Like, he does not sing in that register, but I was watching a live recording of, I think, the Age of Odds tour, and he said that he had gone somewhere to get his voice assessed, and that as he was aging, he had dropped fully into the baritone zone. And he did drop his voice into kind of this register like I'm using my baritone, hashtag my baritone, and it was jarring. But he said nobody would want to hear his songs in a baritone register, so he's going to keep doing his little high-pitched sad boy voice, which made me a little bit sad because I need a world where us low-voiced bitches have some sweet, pretty, whistly little songs. So for those of you who have been following my voice lessons journey, that's the latest update. I'm trying to find some more baritone singers to practice. Not magnetic fields. Is that right? Yeah, the magnetic fields. I get them confused with Edward Sharpe of the Magnetic Zeros. Yeah, magnetic fields guy has a nice low voice with a pretty limited range, so that's comfy for me. I was trying some Orville Peck, but he's too high. Tom Jones, I can definitely do. So thanks to the people on the Tumblr who recommended that. There's a few other people here and there. Pearl Jam guy, though sometimes he sings high. Crash Test Dummies guy. I'd love to have more like 90s alt boy voices to practice, because that's just more my style. But anyway, we are back. Oh, what's new, Pussycat? Oh, no, it's new, Pussycat. Oh, you've got to sing that all the time. I am more of a fan of Sex Bomb, but I do have a cat, so I should sue. What's new, Pussycat? Just really, the songs I say. Okay, everybody who's here who has pets, tell me what songs you sing to your pet. One that I sing to her is Ace of Base. All that she wants is another kissy. Because she loves to kiss. So I sing that. I sing Mrs. Fat Stuff. Who do you think you are, Mrs. Fat Stuff? What else do I sing to her? There's a lot of stuff. Rayman sings Sex Bomb. Does he? I didn't know Rayman could even talk. I thought he just made noises. That shows you how not up on the lore I am. But I'm getting more and better practice at getting air to move through my vocal folds in a relaxed fashion instead of pushing air out with my abs and tightening up my throat and trying to make my voice higher than it actually is. So that's been fun. Hello, growth. Hello, learning. But anyway, today we are going to dive into Chapter 8 of 1000xResist. If you have not been watching this game, oh, you're missing out. It's such beautiful writing. It is a real underappreciated indie title, especially if you like conversation simulators with leftist themes or anti-establishment themes, let's say. It's not quite a Disco Elysium, but if you like a Disco Elysium, if you like that one game that me and Maddie played on here where you're on a space base trying to get your way off as an android, if you like those kind of games, if you enjoyed Pentiment streams, you'll probably enjoy this. And incredibly voice acted, tons of interesting themes that are just multiply layered and appear on multiple different levels within the game. You're in for a treat. And if you haven't seen it, any portion of the game yet, there are VODs on my YouTube at Dr. Devin Price. I would say the game is so moving and intense that I hope you'll stick around even if you're new here and you haven't seen any of it. But if you plan on playing it, of course, don't spoil yourself. Spare yourself the journey, because each chapter is full of revelations. And what you think you know about the world that these clones live in and the society they've built and why they've built it changes with every single chapter. Hello, Milvalence. Welcome. Good afternoon. I sing atonal lullabies to my little doggy. Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, I sing a lot of Sufjan Stevens to this little girlie when I'm like clipping her nails. Little calming, little high-pitched songs, you know, To Be Alone With You, Casimir Pulaski Day, lots of Sufjan stuff. She's an angel. She is done. This is great that she's not going to be bugging me while I'm playing, and that she can just be here with us. Live Loki reaction. She's so lumped out. I think honestly, like when she was on a feeding schedule, she was a lot more anxious, and I'm a little ashamed that I feel like I was like replicating family eating disorder dynamics by not giving her enough food to like always have food around. And so then she was always like in my grill talking to me and running around and playing, but also like playing in kind of an anxious way. And now, even just a few days out of free feeding, she's so chill. So I think that's going really great for her. And it's a reminder to me that when I eat enough and take care of my body, I'm not running around like in survival mode frustrated either. So my baby's teaching me a lot about taking care of myself and taking care of other people. Anyway, we'll dive right on in to 1000xResist and see what Chapter 8 has in store for us. I will explain basic things about the premise of the game and what has happened in the last couple of chapters and episodes when it's germane, so that people who haven't been religiously watching it kind of have a sense of what's going on. That way you can get a little taste of if this is a game for you or if you're interested. And just follow the plot and enjoy following the plot unfold, because this game is mostly dialogue. It is more of a cinematic experience that's explorable and in a game world than it is a game with a lot of like technical skill or different choices. So it is one that's pretty well suited to watching a streamer play, though it's fantastic, so I recommend everybody play it. Mavalin said, I've watched all of it and I don't know what's going on. Me neither. Like, who is Blue? Like, I think we're about to figure out the relationship between Blue and Watcher and the temporary government that took over after Iris was assassinated, and what that looks like, and Noah and Principal's role in running all of that. And it seems like there's going to be a resistance against it that they are going to launch. But I still don't even know if Blue and Watcher are the same person with different memories, or if they know they're the same person, or if they're different people. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't think we're supposed to know everything, but we'll find out a little bit today. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Because these chapters, they be long, and I want to be able to savor every last drop of them. Alright, let me know how the audio is, if anything needs tweaking, if I need to go up, if the game audio needs to go up or down. Let me know. And we'll just jump on in. Okay, I think this is Blue. Waking up in Healer's office.
Oh.
I love Healer's whole look. Oh.
She rises.
Healer.
Good. And your name?
The you that remains. I'll be that remains.
Promising. And where are we?
Ooh. So we're not in like year A, B, C like we used to be. Temperature days, time index -1. A star and a star, a nearness, bottomless song. I think we're a nearness.
There is a nearness, and its gravity is echoing.
So this is one of the statements delivered by the occupants, the strange kind of circular halo or wheel spoke looking, biblically accurate angel looking alien race that came down and gave everyone the virus that killed everybody except for Iris, who these ladies are cloned from.
I stabbed her right in the back.
Well, aren't you all sorts of something?
Okay, so was that her remembering stabbing Iris? The secretary behind her is missing a spoke, yes. So I believe that means it was the secretary that Watcher threw when she found out that the secretaries were a gift from the occupants, right?
How long was I?
And also, Blue is saying that she remembers stabbing Iris, the All-Mother. So this is Watcher? Watcher with erased memories, but she's recovering them?
The whole time, sister. Since the beginning.
The beginning? When was the beginning?
Who knows? Who cares?
She's so cynical from having seen so many sisters die. I would love to see a cosplay of this, and I would love to just have a mask that looks like this for a lot of reasons. God, it's so fucking cool.
For us, it's only been 8 hours.
You mean I've been communing this whole time?
Oh, okay, that's clever. So Healer just said, for us, it's only been 8 hours. That's the game. The game's been about 8 hours or 8 chapters so far. So, ooh, that image shifting is a little bit jarring. Hope that doesn't cause problems for anyone. But everything we've seen so far maybe has been a communion with Watcher. Maybe with Blue's prior self.
Look, honey, I'll be blunt. I don't know you. But let me tell you how it looks from where I'm sitting. For years, we've been riding this train, working to piece things back together.
The train.
And then, hours ago, you decided to set off a bomb. In one moment, you destroyed everything we've been working toward.
Okay, so you may remember, if you've been watching, that they were putting on a play, a reenactment of the killing of the All-Mother. The temporary or transitional government was putting that on, and then Blue worked with the Zhao clones to set off a bomb. because the Zhao clones were kind of a subordinate class in this society. Yes, this is after Blue set off the bomb. I didn't remember them ending up on the train, though. I think that's new information, or maybe Healer's speaking metaphorically and they're not literally on a train right now. But
What did you want with the ministers?
But the movement of the light does look like maybe it's the train.
That's not for you to know. I can tell you we didn't want them burnt to a crisp. We knew those sisters. I even birthed some of those sisters.
They turned on you.
Was that a good enough reason to torch them?
Oh, thank you for the reminder, Mavalence. She was on the train with Fixer and Bang Bang Fire. Right, because it was it only Fixer and Bang Bang Fire, or was it, I mean, Healer, because after we have the scene from the last chapter of Watcher getting tortured, we learned that Knower was also in on this resistance, and Healer was too, right? Was that a good enough reason to torch them? Yeah, fuck
if
it.
you knew what I had been through.
Oh, they claim she was incinerated. Thank you for being my outsourced memory, because I completely forgot about that. I didn't know they said Healer was incinerated. I completely forgot about that. I thought she was still on a surface level, like on the level, and like collaborating with the government.
You would have done the same.
Are all miscellaneous like you?
It sure seems like nobody gets incinerated. Yeah. Fixer didn't.
Watch her. I need to see her.
Was that joyride not enough? She's not taking visitors.
She'll want to see me.
Is that so?
Okay, so I was communing with Watcher's memory of being tortured and drugged in the last chapter. Okay. The like frame rate or something looks a little weird, but I don't know if it's just this area.
Easy on your feet there. We don't need another patient aboard.
You sat next to me the whole time?
BB did.
It's very kind of her.
Don't flatter yourself, honey. We didn't know what you'd be like. Terrorist. and
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, Healer said they were on a train. So. You were executed.
They said you were incinerated.
I might as well be. I haven't stepped off this train for who knows how long. I've lost track.
Haha. Real Snowpiercer hours.
What did they get me for? Too many puns?
They said you were running dangerous experiments.
Well, that part is true.
I know.
What are you looking at?
What's outside?
The view. Can't you tell?
Not so great.
You're right. I've seen better.
Are we going somewhere?
Finally waking up, are we?
I'm sorry.
Wanted to burn it all down.
You got what you wanted. Happy?
Okay.
I'll be back.
I don't doubt it. Nowhere to go here except back and forth.
Just like in this whole society that has been, until the upheaval, kind of locked in place for hundreds, thousands of years. All you can do is move forward and back in time. Time that already has passed. None of the writing ever feels too on the nose in this game, even though it is signaling the same themes and struggles in a bunch of different ways over and over. It just works.
Are Are you really gonna follow me around like this?
Secretary's voice dropped, baby.
You don't like it?
Did I say that out loud?
I've got some new tricks. I promise.
But still has that little lisp. Oh.
And Watcher told me to, so I have to.
Okay, then. Good talk.
Thank you.
I watched, I'm thinking about this because this reminds me of Snowpiercer by Bong Joon-ho. I watched Mickey 17 finally the other day. I didn't love it. I like a lot of Bong Joon-ho movies, and I do not fault him for doing something that's a little bit silly. I think Snowpiercer was downright silly, but for whatever reason, that one connected with me, and this one just didn't. I found it hard to get invested in much. There were things about it that were obviously interesting, and working on the themes that he always works on about the disposability of life under capitalism, and some of the deaths and ways that they show that are really cool and effective, but the main relationships I just couldn't quite get into.
Watcher?
Yep, looks like Blue and Watcher are in fact different people. And Watcher has her eyes covered, so her eyes may actually be gone.
Is it really you?
DJ on Gian. I was surprised because I found Mickey 17 really boring. Yeah, I found it a little boring. I felt like it had an interesting premise, and it executed that, and had like a good setup in the first half hour or whatever, but it didn't really go anywhere with it that was super interesting. I wasn't super interested in Toni Collette's character. I didn't think they were doing anything new there. Like, it reminded me of Okja, that movie that Bong Joon-ho already put out. I found the girlfriend, I found her motives, I was kind of confused at first. Like, I couldn't quite buy into, like, at first it seemed to me like she was objectifying Mickey the same way everyone else was, and so then when their romance was meant to be sincere, I was a little surprised, because that just wasn't what I was getting from her on a performance level. That's just not what I was seeing. I don't know. Yeah, I just didn't. I might need to rewatch it and pay closer attention to it, but I wasn't quite picking up all of it that it was putting down. But it's also really hard to follow up after Parasite. Like, obviously that movie is not trying to be as ambitious and sweeping and upsetting. It's supposed to be kind of more comedic, and so the contrast there makes it hard to be fair to this movie. I think.
It's me. Blue. I guess.
I don't sense any activity.
Eric Beam 007, how's your partner? Is their health a little bit better? I assume you're talking about my streaming partner, Maddie. She is, she's getting by, long COVID is a fuck. She and I are definitely going to be streaming again when spoons allow for both of us. We have, we talked about doing an episode next week about the John Fetterman expose that came out in New York Magazine this week, talking about a bunch of concerns that staffers have about him having like diminished cognitive capacity following his stroke, and that making him really volatile and ineffective, and even more rabid of a Zionist than almost anybody else in Congress. So yes, yeah, she's my homie, she's my good buddy, and we stream together. Yes, yeah, that kind of partner, creative partner, homie kind of thing. She just had a birthday party, and I think that was pretty draining but good. And we're taking it by ear and doing streams when we can. But we both have some good ideas for streams coming up. But I think potentially you're going to talk about, if she can do it later this week on Friday, talk about disability and governance and the demands that are placed on politicians and ableism, and John Fetterman being a Zionist dickbag. And there's also a personality test that people posted into the Discord channel for this channel, and that was really interesting. So I'd love to talk about that on stream too. So, but we have a whole long list. I also want to finish more of the Sickos Time Force X Mission of Lenin game too. So yeah, hopefully we can get on and do a stream together soon. Thank you for asking. Okay.
Watcher. Can you hear me? Hello?
Okay, so Watcher is passed out. I think that's as far as we can go on the train this way. So now we know Blue and Watcher are not the same person. Oh, I'm so glad you've been listening to Anime Sickos Malevolence. They are such sweet boys. Good homies of mine in real life. And the episode they just did on being a chill guy who can hang and how to be a friend who can hang and... Ooh. What was that? Was that me?
What are you referring to?
You didn't see anything?
I believe the train is experiencing power fluctuations.
That was a really great all-time episode. I love all the posting episodes. On their website, the Anime Sickos website, they have a list of their all-time most popular and foundational episodes. So, because there are certain episodes that give them like language that they refer to throughout the whole podcast and just like jokes that are just always relevant. And they're just like really good episodes. Like the Wife Pentacle one is really good. That's an episode all about wife guy posting. And Complaining Rules. I love their Complaining Rules episode. I love all of their episodes where they just read posts. Started from the beginning and have listened to 4 so far. That's great. That's a great way to start. You'll get to watch them experience the pandemic in real time. That'll be fun. And then you'll hear my episode about class action lawsuit fraud. That's the one I just listened to, the Wife Pentacle. I love that one. I have made partners of mine listen to that like multiple different times. Sometimes multiple times. I have a policy against listening to 2 white guys talking podcasts, but you're persuading me very slowly. If it helps, almost every one of their guests is trans, and they are the best white boys who have a podcast. I would not normally listen to 2 comedy white guys having a podcast either, especially ones that laugh at their own jokes. But Tom Harrison is such a little sweetie pie, such a little sweetie, and his laugh is so cute and infectious. They're both such like sweet boys. There's an episode later on that you'll get to, Malvalence, where it feels weird to spoiler warning real life, but Jogo has to go to the mental hospital and like get institutionalized for a while because he's not doing good. And him and Tom just talk about it, and Tom visiting him and what things Joe was doing while he was in the hospital to like kind of stay sane and recover and stay alive. And it's one of the sweetest things. It's just really moving. Like, I just love their friendship, and it's cool to say that like I'm in a parasocial relationship with my real life friends from listening to their podcast and getting to have them like spend time with me virtually every week when I'm like working out and listening to the podcast. They are so politically astute, but it's not a politics podcast. It's just fun and silly. The audio dramas that they've made are incredible. I love those boys.
Did you and Watcher have a good chat? Surprised you're not sick of each other yet?
She's barely there.
Her condition has been critical for a long time now. The drugs they gave her in captivity?
But I was just fine. She was just fine.
She may be lucid in a communion, but her meat sac is failing her.
Oh no.
Every communion drags her system through the ringer.
Then why did she?
Addiction?
Oh, she's addicted to communing.
She's been playing the past over and over, going round and round.
Okay. We already know. Okay, there's a few things here. We know that Iris was given the gift of communion from the occupants, the alien race. because they can't communicate with humans in language. Their language is different, but what they could do was borrow snippets of our language and replay it, and also communicate through snippets of memory. So when Iris kind of made her plea to the occupants to kind of free her from the scientists that were experimenting on her and to kill them, they gave her the secretary robot, and they gave her the ability to commune with them. And she used communion to communicate with them and keep them from killing her children, her clones. But her clones, when they heard about it and heard the sounds of her communing, they thought she was essentially having sex with the aliens. That's something that Youngest, I think, aka Principal, alluded to, that they thought their mother was having sex with these aliens, which was very upsetting to Iris because it was this forced bond with this alien invader that was threatening to kill her kids. So if anything, it was more like an assault or something taken under duress. But we also know that communion feels good and is potentially addictive, whether that's because of escapism or the feeling of connection that comes from it. So Watcher has been playing the past over and over, going round and round. That's what we've been doing all this game so far, revisiting the past from multiple different perspectives and layers and learning more information. And we also have been mostly interacting with people who have generational trauma and trauma from their own lives that they keep replaying over and over, that they get stuck in ways both micro and macro. So you have Iris's mom, who was a survivor of the Hong Kong protests and was politically repressed and has PTSD flashbacks that we see in the game. She keeps revisiting the past. She can't escape it. She keeps living as if she's in that kind of crisis, which makes her a really effective survivor during crisis times. But during times of peace and safety, she can't cope. She's walking in the middle of the night, wandering, not knowing where she is, and stuck in that past. And we saw a glimpse of that, of like her transporting mentally back to the riots. So you have that, but then you also have what Watcher and what Iris arguably have been doing, revisiting Iris's past over and over, looking through her childhood, looking through the days of her being experimented on, looking on the early days of the society here underground, trying to make sense of what happened, telling a story, but then also mining that story for propaganda. And then you also just have the cyclical nature of ineffective revolutions, I guess, if you want to talk about it that way. That you have the protests in Hong Kong that were not successful from Iris's mom's point of view, but from her dad's point of view, they, at least by protesting, they left a record that people were trying to change their society, and so he thinks that's still valuable even if they didn't win. And then you have the first clones, like Youngest, making clones themselves and challenging the authority of their all-mother, introducing tension into this society, but it doesn't really go anywhere. And then you have whatever the hell Fixer was mixed up in, and other attempted revolutions that have been quashed. And now you have Watcher being tortured and silenced and made to fall in line with the existing government. And the new government that's taken over after Iris was killed is still organizing people into regimented social roles. It has a lot of the same problems as the old society, even though it's supposedly a freer one. So you have all of these themes in this game of people cycling through the past, having the exact same resistance struggles that aren't getting where they want it to get, hashing through the same traumas of the past. Iris doing things that her mom did, becoming more like her mom being trapped in the past, these clones being trapped in the same cycle of failed revolution, and then a new order takes over and imposes a lot of the same strictures. Like, I'm probably over hammering it, but like, it's so smart. It's so good how they're doing this shit, what they're talking about here.
I had no idea.
And now we know that even Watcher, our perspective character, who we think or we empathize with her. We're taking her perspective, so we think she's kind of the one that's going to change things or give us a new light on everything, help us find the truth. She's an addict to that revisiting of the past. She's stuck in a loop and doesn't know how to break out either. There's all this resistance, this record of resistance, and then it gets destroyed, and then it doesn't succeed. So what do we do?
She needs to be resting. You should be doing the same. You look terrible.
Fixer? I need to see Fixer.
Are you even listening to me? Of course you're not. Who listens to Healer anyways?
And that's why she's so bitter. She's seen so many people die of the virus, of cloning errors. God, I love this furniture.
You said there'd be no more blood.
Evie, we don't have time for this. We're already on our way there. They know we're coming.
You tricked me.
We don't always get to choose how it goes, okay?
Fixer, I shot her in the head.
You did what you needed to do.
What you needed me to do. How aim can an arrow from a bow that can't bend?
What are you even saying?
How about I speak your language? Let the murderers do their murdering. Leave me out of it.
Bang Bang Fire looks taller, but it must be that leg attachment that she's got.
You. Good timing.
How are you alive?
Hey, this is my train. I'm asking the questions. Who do you work for? What do they want?
I'm gonna be honest. I work for the Jows.
I met with the Jows.
The Jows?
They sent the others to me.
They've gone rogue.
Chris, she runs a miscellaneous underground network. I wanted to help.
Chris.
You know her?
I told her to wait.
The way the Reds treat us in Old Town, we were done waiting. I was done waiting.
Fanatics.
The Irish fanatics, they helped.
Oh, the death cult.
They want to clear the way for a second All-Mother.
Those weirdos? They're involved now?
A sister named Doreen. From your time, I think.
I can't believe she would go around me like this.
I can. All the old sisters are getting picked off one by one.
Loki's foot just twitched.
Bartender was shot.
No wonder I haven't heard from her.
You talked?
Not as much as I would have liked.
There was a guard. A white guard. Mauve.
Mauve? That's her name?
Why wouldn't it be?
That was the guard Watcher, right?
I saw her in the communion.
Yeah.
She was there with Watcher in the cell. She wants to incinerate all the sisters from the last generation.
If that's true, Nowhere's in danger. You're telling me they all helped?
In one way or another.
Shit. I knew something was going on. Why do you think we grabbed you?
They cut you out.
Losers.
How'd you know it was me?
I was following you.
Secretary.
I sent Secretary to do some spying on our friends.
But what have you been doing all this time? Where are we?
I finally figured out these damn trains.
Oh, well, she is the fixer, so that makes sense.
We're circling. Never in one place. Always on the move.
Okay, here we go. The endless cycling. The unbroken chain. No progress. Constant momentum.
What's our plan?
My plan went up in smoke thanks to you. The ministers were going to overthrow Principal.
And it's also like Snowpiercer, a train that just constantly moves around the earth.
Legitimately.
The Red Guard would never stand for it.
I was working on it.
Things are out of control. I've seen through Watcher's eyes. People need to know the truth.
Things take time, okay? They take careful planning. I don't expect a shell like you to understand that.
Rude.
Where are we headed?
We're to rendezvous with everyone in 72 hours. They called a meeting.
Oh, shit. Who's everyone?
God damn it. Not now.
What happened?
These trains were never meant to run non-stop like this. Something must have... Get out of my way.
So that constant movement, it makes me think in this context, thinking about, okay, the society is also constantly moving, right? So why is it constantly moving? And it makes me think about how a major part of cult indoctrination tactics is to keep people exhausted. You give them lots of work, toiling the land, completing all of these rituals, late night pickleball sessions if you're in the Nexium cult, or something else to just keep people really sleep deprived. I'm not sure exactly if that's fitting here, but this idea of to keep a repressive society working, and you see this even in like toxic like work organizations that aren't quite cult level but use a lot of the same tactics. Constant crisis, constant movement, it keeps people from being able to organize and ask questions and break out of certain systems because they just need to put out the fires all the time. That's obviously not what's literally going on here with this train. They're probably staying moving so that they're not detectable as much, but there's something going on here about just the constant revolutions of time that's interesting. Oh, I'm blocked here. So we can't see the full train right now.
No, no, no.
Bang, bang, fire.
It's only a matter of time.
BB, hey. You okay?
Do I know you?
I'm Blue.
You seem uncertain about that.
I'm, adjusting.
She did pick that name for herself, so she was a shell before and had no identity, and now she's been inhabiting Watcher's consciousness for so long that it's probably pretty confusing who she is.
Long communion, ring your sky through the iris of an eye.
Something like that.
So you're the mass murderer.
Well,
Did I do that?
some bitter lessons no poetry will ever solve.
Why do I know these words?
They are yours. I spent time with you in the communion.
What is this over here? Is that Fixer trying to fix the train outside of the window?
If you are so acquainted with me, then you must know that
I think that's what that is.
I don't trust murderers.
That makes two of us. Two murderers who have it out for murderers.
Leave me, will you? There was dire and damage enough before you came along.
Can I, just ask you a question? About Fixer and Watcher?
No.
Fuck you. I've said this before, but I love that Bang Bang Fire, who's like the muscle, the militarism, she does not like violence. She's very gentle. She does not want to use violence. She doesn't want to see conflict. And then you have Healer, who in a lesser game would be passive, maybe very feminized, nurturing. She's incredibly bitter and dry and about as unnurturing as she could be. Like a lot of actual nurses, right? But also like someone would be if they were working that kind of job for who knows how long. This game does not go with the obvious characterization choices. It doesn't treat the characters and their roles like they're like stock character tropes. And because they're being assigned to these roles, it doesn't necessarily reflect who they really are. And they do so much to give each one this individual fingerprint, even though they're all the same character model. And they're clones.
You were so mad, but so out of breath. To be honest, it was hard not to laugh.
You talk to her?
You talk to her?
I tell her bedtime stories of the past,
Again, that's stuck in the past.
seeing as how much she likes that stuff.
Can she hear you? Us?
The monitors don't pick up any response, but you can give it a shot. Maybe you'll be successful, since the two of you have such a bond.
She's such a dick.
You sleep here?
Best that someone is nearby at all times.
What about BB?
Sleeps too soundly.
And Fixer?
Honey, don't play dumb.
How is she?
Stable, for now.
Was that don't be dumb because we know that Fixer and Watcher were in love?
I think Watcher was trying to share something important with me.
Like what?
The creepy
Right at the
dispossession.
end. Something about that city. The one we left.
City?
You haven't seen it?
Oh, the really vivid video clip that we saw.
I see. Shared all this to a stranger. I was always trying to get her to open up. To me. Her sister.
You jealous?
Watcher. Can you hear me? Inside sunrise, please.
Get this girl a drink.
Apologies. This often happens.
A mix as old as sweet as.
Do you want to tell her a story?
Tell a story or tell a truth. Or ask a question. Oh, this is good. I'm gonna tell a truth.
Watcher, I think I know why you don't want to wake up.
Hello, the pork tree. 3-stream streak. So you're up to date on all the 1000xResist lore. That's fantastic.
But the train broke down. Fixer needs you right away. You understand? Time is running out.
Melody?
I think I'll leave her for now. Let her rest.
As you wish.
No one is beyond forgiveness. Whoa, it buzzes. Cut it out.
She's kind of drunk on the memories. Sounds kind of drunk.
What if we're caught? Do you see what I'm saying?
I'll carry her.
BB, without the meds, the equipment,
I'll carry the equipment.
she's lived too many lifetimes.
And there's some real sympathy there for Watcher, even though she's being so sardonic about it all.
Are you giving up on our sister?
Don't do that. Remember what our functions have in common. Both require us to separate our heartbreak from our hand.
Well, this is my hand talking. Try again. You are the queen of experimentation.
I also love that Bang Bang Fire, she's winsome, she's dreamy, she speaks in poetry. It's lovely. Sorry to disappoint, but mostly I'm half listening and just lurking and boosting the viewer count. Oh, that's kind. I'm caught between not thinking this is the gameplay I gravitate towards and knowing that this game is full of themes that will resonate with me. So I'm trying to stay semi-spoiler free because there is indeed a chance I'll play it. That is real. This game is spoiler upon spoiler upon spoiler every moment if you parse it. Though if you're just letting it kind of play in the background, there's probably a lot you're not picking up on. Except for when I'm just literally saying stuff out loud that are major plot beats. Because a lot of things are like left unsaid or implied.
Try something you haven't tried yet.
You're overstepping.
The sand need only pour once before it knows oblivion.
That their soldier is so poetic is so nice and interesting.
What sand?
I have failed sisters before. If you will not, I'll do it myself.
And I suppose I just sit around and let you make a mess of the place?
You probably shouldn't.
All right. Let me think. Is there something I haven't thought of? What else?
Healer?
Not now.
I want to help.
Honey, just leave me. Please. You really want to help?
Yes.
Then tell Fixer to get herself over to Watcher.
Are you sure it should be me?
I thought you wanted to help.
Okay, but what about the train?
Tell her she may not have many more chances.
All right.
So they really think Watcher is dying.
We were never very good at talking to one another.
Maybe the easier it was, the harder it is when it's broken. There was a time I didn't talk to anyone, even my closest sisters.
And how did you come out of it?
Someone believed in me.
Good for you.
Your arm and
They
leg.
were hurt.
Skirmishes on the tracks. If you're looking for stories of bloody battle, you should move along, sister.
How long have Watcher and Fixer been like this?
When Watcher came back to us, she was in a dire state already. Fixer insisted on giving her an eye. Watcher refused.
Oh, one of her eyes?
Fixer pressed on, Watcher retreated, and they cut each other deeply.
What was said?
Don't think that's for you to know.
Damn.
You knew the Minister of Defense?
She was a pupil of mine.
I remember.
If you saw it all,
So the Minister of Defense was an orange shell?
then why ask?
Rude.
Wish me luck.
Might need more than that with Fixer.
You're funny, Bang Bang Fire.
I was. Once.
Yeah, she was so silly before. And Blue kind of has this almost parasocial relationship with these characters because she's been seeing them and interacting with them in communion all this time, but they don't know her like that. And she just did a terrorism that kind of fucked up their attempt at overthrowing the government, so can you blame them for being skeptical about her?
A mess. Everything is a mess.
What is all this stuff?
Pieces for a backup pantograph. Bits for a secondary suspension. This train needs a whole teardown and rebuild by hand. We can't be sitting still like this.
Do the others help you?
Do you really expect BB to have the precision? Or Healer to have the grit? Machines don't consider your feelings. They'll tell you you're wrong every time. That's their best quality.
Watcher's room is malfunctioning. Yeah, that might be the most likely
There's
way to get
something
her
wrong with Watcher's equipment.
to actually do something.
Can you come check it out?
Kid, you really are a piece of work. You lie like a knower. Where did you learn to do that?
You haven't been to Old Town for a while.
I guess I haven't.
Healer told me to get you. Watcher doesn't have a lot of time.
She's always so dramatic. I've got work to do. We're stuck, and who's going to get us unstuck, huh?
I think she really means it.
All right, little messenger. Tell her this for me. Fuck off.
What happened to you on the other side? Is that why you're like this? Is that why you can't face Watcher?
Yeah, what came between the two of them?
I'd be careful if I were you.
Shit. Is
Fix
that all
her.
I got?
What did I say? Fuck off.
I mean, I guess is she just bitter at Watcher for ratting her out still? Is that what's going on there? No, BB's not going to talk to me.
That was quick.
I have a message to deliver.
Go on.
Knife, no knife. No knife.
The train's almost fixed.
Oh, is that right? Don't tell anyone, Blue. I'm tired. I'm so damn tired. So many years trapped like this, at each other's throats. Is it wrong that I long for simpler times?
Everything before the revolution. This is something that Iris's grandma kind of said to Iris's mom. Why are you getting involved in these revolutions? Why are you doing this self-destructive shit? From her perspective. Why don't you just exist in the prevailing order and not create problems for yourself? What do you miss?
What do you miss from that time?
I miss my station, my lab, having the resources to do proper work. All the shells simply doing their part, calling me Sister Pink.
I can call you Sister Pink, if that helps.
No, thank you. Sometimes just to miss something is enough.
Oh, sometimes just to miss something is enough. That's that's the opposite of getting stuck in that infinite cycle of visiting the past over and over again. Memory being a monster and nostalgia sometimes being a tool of fascism. Or just something that keeps you stuck and disempowered. rather than trying to return to that. Just sitting in the feelings of missing, perceiving the whole, recognizing the lack, and thinking about what you cared about and knowing that you can't get it back is sometimes better than trying to just jam yourself back into it when it's gone. Any regrets?
Do you regret anything?
I used to think I was so above everything. Speaking my mind and my truth as if everyone wanted to hear it. As if doing the same thing over and over again would make it better.
Again, the cycle.
Even when everything was getting worse. And some people needed to hear something else.
Being kind of complicit through inaction in the oppressive system.
How did you escape?
The night of the occupant event, Nora came to us, shaking, explained that Watcher got on the train meant for her, that things were going to take a bad turn. BB and I fled to Old Town. The bartender hid us under the baseboards of the bar.
Oh shit.
You mean in the storage?
Oh, you know the place.
We stashed strange ingredients down there.
And that's what we were. There was barely enough room to stand. We spent 2 months hiding before Fixer found us. Imagine our surprise. Seeing the dead come back to life.
I didn't know bartender did so much.
She saved us.
She saved me too.
Bartender was a real one.
Healer. You need a break.
I'm beyond rest, honey. Don't worry about me. You, on the other hand,
I'm doing fine.
please. I need someone to listen to me for once.
Now hear this. Now hear this. This is a system-wide transmission. Direct to you, the esteemed High Minister.
Sisters and
Ooh, here's the
compatriots.
carnage.
This is the High Minister speaking. A brutal attack has been made on our solemn efforts at a sustainable future. I need not recite the damage, but I will speak their names. Vivian, Janice, Vanessa, Eileen,
Vanessa.
Denise. These were the ministers that served you without a thought to their own desires. Yesterday, they were brutally murdered in an act of senseless violence. Not since the death of the All-Mother have we seen such bloodshed and shared such grief. Yet, there is hope in these trying times. Our principle persists. Yes, sisters, she lives. And with her blessing, I have been given emergency powers to hunt down these terrorists and punish them to the full extent of our laws. Effective immediately, all sisters and compatriots will shelter in place.
Oh shit. Pandemic flashback.
Those who seek to harm us are still at large. Stay inside, stay safe. We will seek no rest and see no night until those responsible are brought to justice. Let the inside sky cast no shadow for these criminals. This is your High Minister speaking. The year is 7 AA, the time is 1900 hours. Gratitude to the Provisional Government.
So Watcher was being tortured for seven plus years, at least, because I think it was year 1 AA, and I'm not, oh yeah, after All-Mother. Yeah, so it's been 7 years.
Help! Someone help! Get away from me. Move! Help!
It's not letting me walk.
I'd rather die.
There we go. I think it was coming from over here. Oh, we can sprint. Sweet.
Healer, do something. Wake
Shit.
her up.
Shortness of breath, heart palpitations, blood pressure spike.
You knew, didn't you? It makes sense now. A knower always knows. You knew what she was doing.
Noah's voice must have triggered her.
My eye! You took my eye! Help! Someone help!
Watcher. Breathe. Just breathe real slowly, love.
No more. These injections.
Oh, man. The trauma. 7 years of being drugged and having your perceptions fucked with
They
and
made
lied
me
to and
see
gaslit.
things.
Please, Blue, say something to her.
Blue.
Watcher, it's me, Blue. I'm right here with you. I won't let anything bad happen, okay? I promise. Nowhere can hurt you now. You're gonna kill me? Good. Put me out of my misery, sister. How long will this last?
I don't know. This is more strain on her system than she can bear. Go tell Fixer to come now. Go tell her it's now or never.
Oh, shit. She is not long for this world. She's in, like, not cardiac arrest, but basically her system's just totally overloaded. So Fixer's got to put her own baggage aside.
Oh, my daily bother comes around.
Fixer,
It's now or never.
it's now or never.
Haven't I heard that before? Dramatic. Everyone on this train is so dramatic.
Fixer, you don't understand.
I understand just fine. Watcher does what Watcher wants, and everyone pays for it.
The Fixer I know would never...
Right. How could I forget? You know me. You know Watcher. You know it all, don't you?
I know what you mean to her.
I know what you mean to her.
You know, while you two were busy reminiscing, some of us were taking things seriously. You heard nowhere. They're after us. They are after you. So have a sense of self-preservation, will you? Leave me alone. Let me do what needs to be done. You can go play nurse with the others.
And there's something here about the different roles that people play during a revolution and how there are the people who are on the front lines literally fighting, or the people handling the logistics, or creating the systems that people need in order to stay housed and fed, meet people's material needs. And then you have the theoreticians, and you have some of the pursuits that during wartime are considered more frivolous, but that are necessary for an actual society that lasts to rise up, or for a new way of doing things to actually be figured out and designed and strategized, so that you don't just fall into like a military junta where whoever is in power is just who has the most military might or access to violence or whatever. There's something like that going on here.
What makes you so different from them?
I don't need to answer that.
Like Watcher and Blue are studying the history and trying to divine some kind of lesson from it. Whereas Fixer right now, she wasn't really like this before, but she's saying, I've been doing all of this practical stuff, dealing with all of this stress just to keep you safe in this fucking train. And you're trying to come to me acting like you know better about what we need to do and about what I need to do. But I've been doing this practical shit. What are you doing just delving into the past? You're not even present. You're just studying the history and talking things out. And that seems so much less useful. And that just makes me think about, maybe because of that Karl Marx biography that I was reading, the idea that lots of countries have had moments of worker uprisings or peasant uprisings, revolts, where people realize we need to do something. This existing way of the world is unacceptable, and we will use violence and take over, topple existing structures of power in order to change that. But, you know, Marx's argument, and a lot of Marxists' argument, is that if you don't have some kind of real class consciousness and understanding of Marxism, then you're not going to create any kind of new system and move towards any kind of lasting goal that's going to meet everyone's needs. You're just going to slip into a lot of chaos and disorder. Obviously, I'm more of an anarchist, so I don't buy into all of that, but there's a lot. I think there is something there about how the might and the practical actions and the outrage are not enough. You do have to have some understanding of how things work and theories about what you want the world to look like. And you have to have room for those touchy-feely things, exploring history, humanities, arts, feelings, people's real human kind of psychological and emotional needs, in order to build something that's informed by it and is actually fully human, rather than just another oppressive structure, or just operating out of complete reaction to whatever's going on.
If you don't like it, there's the door.
Fine. Fine. I give up.
Good. Finally. You can thank me later.
Damn. She just can't confront that Watcher is actually dying. And she has a lot of things to be angry about. But she's trying to not live in the past, right? She's trying to live in the literal physical present.
Quick, she's asking for you.
Healer?
No, Watcher. She's awake. Healer gave her something. For a sliver of a second, our sister is back. Just like she was before. Is Fixer coming?
No. I really tried.
Never mind. Go to her.
How about you?
I still need a moment.
What do you mean?
Watcher is dying. Healer says, whatever you do, don't tell her.
We have to tell her.
Why wake her only to deliver daggers? She deserves to traverse in peace. Please, Blue.
Are we going to tell the truth, or are we going to tell a story?
These last moments are what she will carry into forever. Don't tell her, please. Sweet, sweet Watcher. How to separate heartbreak from hand.
Bang Bang Fire is such a sweetie.
Be gentle with her.
She needs to know. We can't keep this from her.
We can. We will. Any attempt at a communion will end her. Got it?
No communion. I got it.
We'll wait here.
2 seconds later, I'm gonna communion with her.
Watcher, we're back together. Finally. You. I'm sorry. Commune.
Yeah, she wants that fix.
Now.
And she probably has things she wants to show you before she dies.
Watcher, wait. We can't. Secretary, do it. Wait.
Oh, we're in the classroom.
These sisters need help.
From the very beginning. We have not done one of these in a while. The music is very haunting. Like a music box or a circus or something. It's great.
Watcher, end this communion now. There is a you. A you that remains and remains. There is an us with a pattern we are threading.
This is a message from the occupants, I believe.
Listen to me. There is a branch that continues diverging. End this communion.
Oh, shit. The classroom and the rooftop of the high school. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, you can see everything in the distance. Not sure which way we're meant to go here, but gonna go over here. There's a giant iris. I don't see anyone down there. So maybe this is where we're meant to go? Or is this where I just was before? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, this is where I was before. Okay. I need to get to some of these areas, I think, that I have not yet visited. But those are all too far away to reach. Looks like there's someone on that platform by the giant iris. Okay, here we go. Gone to those. Hello, Whitney Bay. Oh, the piano music here is really nice. Very sad. Melancholy and haunting. Oh, okay. Yeah, we can go around this way. Multiple different rooftops. From some angles, the iris statue looks blue or gold, and from some it's more of a white. Can't quite get to that platform. So we'll go here. Okay, now we can reach it. And there's Watcher again.
Hey. I said stop this right now. There is a now. There is a now, and you are in it. Watcher, we both know you're in bad shape. Me? I'm fine. Here in this place, I feel more than fine. This now. When is it?
The year is distorted. It's a long dream. That's what this is, this communion. We're on the train. We're at your end. I'm gonna say a long dream.
We just finished a long communion. You showed me everything. Then the time is right.
Iris looking even bigger.
I wish you would stop doing that.
Oh shoot. I think this is where we're trying to end up, but I need to probably go over that way. I can see why this would be easier with a controller, but mechanically this is the most challenging part of the game, so this is right at my level. Not too challenging. But this is also the one part of the game that would be a little bit less accessible because you do have to react in time and hold a button before pressing something. Otherwise, this game you could pretty much play like one-handed. Okay, how do I get down there? Oh no, I want to get up here. So I kind of need to go over that way. That's where I want to go. Okay, so I need to go through here and then down and up instead of down. There we go. Don't see Watcher here though. So maybe this is not where I need to be. Watcher! Watcher, where are you? What am I missing? Where is she? Guess we haven't been in that jumble of buildings, right? Yeah, we need to go through that. Okay. There she is.
Ah, Blue. It's you. Feels good to stretch my legs. Watcher, can you just stay put for a moment?
I love how just far away and weak Watcher's voice sounds here.
I'm running out of time. I'm glad we can talk. You said we needed to face the future. When did I say that?
It says it's the year 2019, Common Era. That's when the parents would have been young.
I say that, don't I? You're confused. Time and sequence. These are hard for me now. You must understand. Watcher, why did you give me all your memories? Why did you choose me? I was a stranger, a nobody. Yes, you were without rank, status, function, without judgment. I could trust you with what happened. And then the more time I spent with you, I realized. Tell me, why did you name yourself Blue?
Didn't care, always searching, pushed aside. Torn between these. The demonized youngest sibling. But I'm gonna say always
Because
searching.
I always felt I was searching for something. Something just out of reach. Ah, blue, the color of futility. You reminded me of me. I wanted more for the both of us. So I stayed and stayed until we became entangled. And now comes the most important part. Our sisters must understand how and why they are alive.
We must help them resist erasure.
Resisting erasure. Not resisting the government or their assigned role. Not resisting the All-Mother or the occupants. Resisting erasure. Erasure of history, identity, their actual lives.
After what I did, we're at each other's throats. How are we gonna make them listen? Let me show you.
Oh, and here is that fateful moment when Iris reached out to the occupants and asked for their gift. Asked for her to kill all of the other humans.
These familiars were gifts from the occupants. A way to communicate with them. When I hurt Secretary, they entered a self-protection state. Iris's commands were washed away.
I remembered everything.
The occupants communicate through referencing memory.
Okay, all right. As I was attempting to explain.
Their recall is perfect. Our human ability to remember
Is pitiful.
Secretary, please.
Apologies.
The occupants gave the familiars to Iris, a way to store her memories outside of herself. They serve to ease where human memory is fallible.
Which is increasingly a problem when you're living forever and you are from a now extinct human society that nobody else remembers.
A single familiar allows for a two-way communion, like we are having now. But do you remember? Iris transmitting to all the ancient sisters at once. The memory of the city.
The video portion of the game from 2 chapters ago, I think, that was in actual full motion video of driving in the highway through Hong Kong.
Yes. When all three familiars are present, a mass communion can be initiated with every living thing in the orchard, the other side, this whole place. We can show everyone all at once what we know. And not only us. The experiences of Iris, her mother, her grandmother, our ancestors. The information in our genetic memory.
And that's why we have the memory of Hong Kong and the protests, which Iris was not there for. Her mom was as a young woman. So now we finally have the explanation for that.
Will that be enough?
And that also means that they don't need to commune literally with Iris in order to get Iris's memories either, because it's contained in their genetics.
I've learned that all change and transformation is violent. Fixer, healer, BBF, they're no match for the Red Guard. There is a way.
Is this the way? I believe so. This is where we saw Zhao before, earlier in the game. Zhao having her breakdown. Any others?
We must summon the occupant.
Oh shit.
What? Iris's familiar has a direct link to the occupant. In the mass communion, you must summon them. I don't understand. Iris and the occupant had a pact. As we saw, she had been communing with them regularly, sharing with them her new memories. In exchange for her obedience, the occupant was hers to command.
Okay. That definitely explains why she could kill all of the other humans when she was on the research base. That was the deal that they made.
She used this power to eradicate all the other humans in this place. You can't be suggesting. I am. We must seize that power. There is an opportunity now. I can feel it.
And they're going to use the occupant against the Red Guard, presumably?
Principal may be alive, but she is barely holding on to life. The explosion. Your actions, though desperate, destructive, have opened a path forward.
This game said terrorism is valid.
An opportunity of this kind is fragile. You must ensure the path bends toward justice. You're asking me to use that power to kill sisters? I am asking you to make decisions. Do what it takes to protect a future worthwhile. But this is just the same cycle again and again.
The cycle of violence. The cycle of overthrow. But, I don't know, this sounds pretty different to me.
No. Secretary, explain.
When the occupant appears, I will merge with it.
You can do that?
I am an occupant.
You are an occupant.
Correct. I'm a copy, like you.
Do you remember where you're from? Why you're here?
No, I was branched without that knowledge.
The diverting paths that Watcher was just talking about.
I was made to store and transmit memory, and then to learn your way of speaking. Once I merge with my source, I will remember.
And you trust, Secretary? I do.
You will be given administrative privileges upon my merging. I will make sure of that. We are tools. We will accept your commands.
Blue, I have searched for so long. Replaying moments, trying to understand. Finally, I know what has to be done. Principal has the other two familiars. We must get to them. Initiate a mass communion, summon the occupant, and allow Secretary to merge with them. But Watcher, we can do it. I know we can.
Nothing to say. This is very plot-y. This is the most plot that the game has had yet. Like, that we need to get these MacGuffins and, like, summon a big golem to kill Principal and Knower, I guess. Anybody else in the leadership that's remaining on the Red Guard. Oh, but we're in 2047 CE when the virus first hit. Yeah, this is weird.
Here.
This is your last communion.
This is your last communion. What are you talking about?
Communions do damage.
All this time you've spent here has taken a toll. You're dying. Watcher? Who told you to say that? What? What are you talking about?
She's pissed.
Was it Knower? Did she convince you? Was it Principal?
Oh, she's gonna feel betrayed that it's Healer.
No. Watcher. Listen.
Oh shit, no! Can I come down here? Where is she? Is she back with All Mother? Doesn't seem like it's gonna let me go down there. Where are you at? Where are you at, girlie? Do not see her. Maybe over here? No. Oh, her arm's stuck up. Oh. Can walk here? Can't quite reach these, I don't think. Maybe if I go here. Yeah, no, I can do that. Can't reach that one. Oh, there she is. What happens if I go here? Will I? Nope. Oh, shit. Ah, fuck. I'm gonna die. Oh, there we go. So, okay, so I need to get over there. Here she is.
Will you
On the roof.
stop pushing me around? Nowhere. She got to you, didn't she? And Noah always knows. After I told you everything.
Doesn't look like she's there. No, she's not up here. Whoa. A mid-leap. Oh, I'm kind of floating through space a little bit. Oh. Whoa. Whoa. Where do I go? Oh, shit. Can I reach that one? No. No. Go to that one. This is getting my right click finger tired. Where did she go? Oh, this plane, that's new. That must be where I need to go. Okay, how do I get higher up there? Come on. Can I just drop from here, it looks like? Yes. This is the plane they took out of Hong Kong,
Running.
I believe.
Watcher. I'm afraid she's telling the truth.
The truth? What is the truth?
Your body is broken. Your mind.
This is
exactly what they want. For us to doubt ourselves and give up.
What do you remember last?
I was chained up. No, that's not right. I was with my parents. Iris's parents.
Oh, the pronouns slip there.
No. I was standing on the other side. Or was I talking to Zhao? Secretary, what is this? What's going on?
You were scattered across time.
And that's such a nice depiction of trauma. But not only trauma, I think also just trying to make sense of the past. Reconciling with generational trauma, not just your own flashbacks. And having, like, a political consciousness come into shape. Pulling from all of these different historical threads and experiences and trying to make sense of them.
Why didn't you stop me?
I tried. Every instance, you insisted.
What is this? Oh.
Healer warned me early on. How many times have you lived it over? I don't know. I lost count.
837 instances.
Oh. Out there. What's happening out there? You've been in a daze. Screaming in your sleep. I can't stop now. I don't know if it will work, but I have to see it through.
This is where Zhao died.
I was tricked. So easily tricked.
I believe.
This was all my fault.
Yeah, it says after the dance, so that's definitely what it is.
Your sisters. Your sisters want to see you. Talk to them, please. It's your last chance. I want to say goodbye. But I feel present. I am here.
No longer lives in the present. Doesn't even know when that is and what's happening in it.
I don't want to be a picture.
Like dead Zhao.
Come on. Let's go talk to Healer and Bibi, okay? And fix her. Wait.
This is the gymnasium. At the dance. She has no mask on. This is the first time we've seen her. No glasses, no mask, nothing. No eye cover. Can I not? There we go.
Your mask. I want to pretend. Let me pretend. Okay. Will it hurt? I'm sure Healer won't let that happen.
Damn. So she what? Wants to pretend that she's Iris? That she had a normal life? For a fleeting moment?
This is where I made the biggest mistake of my life.
She's never looked so much like Iris as right
The
now.
world you live in. I never wanted it to turn out that way. I should have done better.
And this is a little bit like a parent speaking to their child and being able to actually acknowledge their mistakes, which is not something that Iris has been able to do or that Iris's mom was able to do.
We all should have done better. Tried harder. Left you something better.
And of course, it's also a political allegory as well.
I promise. I will do my best. Secretary will do their best, right?
I'm always doing my best.
Little T-boy voice, secretary.
Not here. It's not here. One more. One more.
It's gonna be with Zhao, I feel like. Oh, this camera angle sucks. I know it's to like make it a slower reveal of what it is we're looking at here, but wow, this camera angle sucks. Get through here into the parents' room. Nothing there. Oh my god, I'm walking really fast, so it's hard to navigate. Did I go on the balcony? No. Presumably I go to Iris's room. Nope, the door's closed. I love that they use the same secretary voice actor. Yeah, is that just the power of acting that is making that actor can just switch from that young baby voice to grown them voice? It's a bathroom. And they made secretary so cute sounding at first that it really, keeps you from suspecting any connection to the occupants. I almost wanted to say nothing nefarious, but I still don't think it is nefarious. That we know the occupants were fleeing their own kind of cataclysm and trying to survive, and feel pretty sympathetic. But now I have no idea what I'm supposed to do. The lines were recorded a few years after the first chapters, and it's just the effect of age. What? So the actor, whoa. So the voice actor for Secretary was young when they first recorded it. And then, but that takes so much foresight to have the early chapters written. I mean, I guess they had the script written long before they started developing the actual game as a game, which itself is impressive. They were like 8 or something. Oh my God, what? That was an actual 8-year-old? That acting was really good. Wow. I've already raved about the voice acting in this game, as y'all know. But that's amazing. And the direction for the voice acting. Was she here this whole time and I was just daft? That's incredible. Thank you so much for sharing that, Whitney May. That is so fucking impressive. Oh, and I should say, Malvalence, there, if you're still here, there is a interview with the developer of 1000xResist on Anime Sickos. So once we're through with the game, maybe you'll want to check that out. From last year, I believe. It was not too long ago. There she is. There is a you that remains and remains and remains. Ooh. Yeah, this would have been easy on controller. I keep shifting into her place, I'm noticing. When I find Watcher, I become her, and she disappears. Making dinner on my phone, very cool. What you making? I just went to the Korean market, and I got some really good, like Korean Spam. I got just a bunch of, like, import stuff, so just, like, different, like, noodles. I got this, like, sweet potato pancake thing. This like scallion pancake, this peanut cream bun. So I got some kimchi. What else did I get? I got some tofu, some firm tofu. I got these big tilapia fillets that were like this big for like $2.50 $2.50 each. Oh my god. I am gonna be eating good after this.
Sometimes your backpack isn't big enough.
Can't bring everything with you.
That's how it goes.
Isn't it strange? I've never actually been here before. But everything in my body tells me it's home. Thank you, Blue. I'm ready to see my sisters now. I can't wait to see you.
Saag paneer except with halloumi. Oh, I know what saag paneer is, but I don't know what halloumi is. Weird meal subscription thing. Oh, okay, so it comes with like the little sauces and stuff, or do you have to put that stuff together?
Secretary?
Yes, Watcher.
Lights out.
That is so cool that Secretary is just a real ass child who
I'll go get Healer.
had the original T-Boy voice, also known as puberty. Nature's T-Boy voice. Being a pubescent young man. Wow. And the acting is so good. I've said this a million times, but the voice direction for the actors was to make things as subtle and soft and naturalistic as possible, rather than overdone. And that comes through. And for a child actor to do it as deftly as Secretary's voice actor did is so impressive.
Watcher? Watcher.
Oh, shit.
What did I say about communions?
I couldn't stop her.
It comes with a spice blend. Halloumi is Middle Eastern cheese. Oh, I do not know about that.
Did you at least get to talk to her?
Yeah, I guess most Middle Eastern-ish food that I've had hasn't had cheese other than like a feta or something like that. So I'd be curious to try that.
I did.
Did she say anything about us?
Let's tell the truth.
She didn't have a chance.
Watcher.
So she dead now? Yeah.
The train's broken for good. And we can't sit here any longer. We have to go on foot.
Watcher. Do you
Okay,
hear
no, she's
that?
not dead.
We're going for a walk.
We're not taking a body with us.
No. No, that's not right.
We're not carrying a corpse around.
She's right, BB.
I can carry her. Let me carry her.
BB's so sweet.
No, no one is carrying her. I'm not asking for your opinion. We leave her behind, or we'll end up just like her.
Fixer,
What?
you're a cold bitch.
For Healer to say that, you know you've fucked up.
Tell someone who cares.
Damn. Oh. Am I Fixer now?
You little motherfucker. Don't worry. I won't let them touch you ever again.
Oh. So she's doing this so that Watcher's body never gets in the hands of the Red Guard or the ministers. It's an act of love. Oh, fuck. Damn. Oh, okay. Oh, shit. Okay, so that was a relatively fast chapter, even with all of my gabbing. So I'm curious if we've got time in us for another one. I feel like I maybe do. But I think there's only 2 more chapters left. Let me Oh, shit. That's not what I meant to do. I wanted to check first. Okay, let's let me real quick just check if I can find out how long the next chapter is. I'm pretty sure there's 10 chapters. How many chapters in 1000xResist? 10 chapters. How long is chapter 9 of 1000xResist? About 2 hours. Each chapter takes around 2 hours. That's roughly been my experience, but it's not all the same. Okay, so I see a video here that is 1000xResist chapter 9 and 10 all endings, and the whole video is 3 hours. So, because it would be nice time-wise to just knock this chapter out, and then we can dive into the finale in our next stream. But I don't know if that's actually true. Or like time-wise, if that's going to be the best bet. Okay, I'm gonna be very naughty, and I'm just gonna really quickly look at a YouTube walkthrough and see how far into the video
Honestly, nothing
chapter
better than what I got.
9 ends. Okay, chapter 10. Okay, so this
Chapter 9.
Okay, it looks like chapter 9 is less than 50 minutes, and chapter 10 is longer. And then there's multiple endings, which I did not know. So, okay. So let's do it. How are we feeling? Do we feel about, like, knocking out another chapter? That'll take, roughly an hour? I feel like we can do that. The day is young, at least here in the States. I know it always takes longer than the actual time on the tin because I'm talking, but fuck it. This is table setting before the grand finale, so I think that'll be good.
This station is huge.
Where in the fuck are we?
Hey, how are you holding up?
Huh. Come to pick on me? I wanted off that train. But walking all the way? This is more exercise than I've done in years. Honestly, I'm more worried about BB. She's not taking this well.
I could talk to her.
I wouldn't.
Where are we?
What is this place?
Fixer told me about it once. Said she found it while she was on the run, hiding on the tracks. Don't know much else.
The Jows, Chris, and the others. Are they meeting us here?
They better be. I'm not walking another step on those tracks.
Are you doing okay?
Me? I thought I would be relieved that we don't have to take care of her anymore, that her suffering is over. Don't worry, I'll be fucked up later. Just wait and see.
I'm here if you need me.
Well, after everything Watcher told you, do you think she was at peace?
Oh shit. What do y'all think? I mean, she seemed about as at peace with everything as she could be. I'm gonna say
did her
yes.
part. She knew that.
Good. It's time to do ours. You go on ahead. I need to catch my breath.
I think she wanted to move on. She didn't want to be in this world anymore.
BB.
Hmm?
I'm
She wasn't
here
of this
if you
world
need
anymore.
me.
And so now, Blue is kind of their surrogate watcher. I wonder if this is like a military ship that the military used to transport Iris and to maybe fight with the occupants or just get away from the occupants. Probably something like that.
Oh, bodies. Hello.
The fuck? Blood. Yeah, these are the other humans. Why would their bodies still be here? Unless everything was not as far in the past as we've been led to believe. Right now it says year 00. Hmm? Secretary? Oh, there's Fixer.
Good. You're here. We've got a couple things to do before everyone gets here.
What is all this?
This? This is a tomb.
I guess you didn't bury all of them.
Yeah. Mom was never great with the details.
I love that Iris through and through was just like a shitty teenager.
I guess not.
Secretary, I've brought up the CCTV database.
I see it.
You can?
It's all electricity.
Manifest the database. I want you and Blue to comb the records.
Understood.
If everything Watcher said is true... Anyways, just do it, okay?
What am I looking for?
I'm sure one of these dead assholes had full access. Find out which one and tell Healer. I'll get things ready here.
Blue, the records will appear as time indexes for your viewing pleasure.
Just the personality in Secretary's voice.
This is
That's
a
so
difficult
cute.
operation. I will need to borrow your memory to cache the representations. Please witness them so I can further translate the other data.
Congratulations. You've got new colors.
Oh. Okay. So what? We gotta look at all of these bodies? Sounds like... lots of layers here. Little platforms and such. Yeah, I got all my grocery shopping done for the day, but for tonight I might end up eating like just some fast food or something, depending on if I feel like cooking any of it. I'm very much a like having like home cooked meals throughout the week, and then weekend is a little bit more crazy time. I don't know how to check these bodies. I can't move forward. Maybe I need to talk to Healer first, seems like. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Talking to ghosts?
Girl, your posture.
Something like that.
Well, don't slow down for me. You've got a function to perform. Tell me which body, and I'll show you some magic.
You're more dangerous than you let on, aren't you?
Oh, flattery at this hour? I like it.
What's in the box?
You'll see.
She gonna like gut these people? They would only be just gray bones in a grave at this point. How do I... How do I do it?
It's hard to believe this place exists. I guess they were ready to settle in for a long time.
Maybe... do I start with these bodies?
Baby, what are you doing?
Keeping a light on. This way, Watcher can see where we are and find us. I don't want her to be lost.
Got a little floater in my eye. There we go. Or am I supposed to just figure out from context who is the big boy on campus? With admin access. Back on the laptop, the posting Mac.
It's hard to believe this place exists. I guess they were ready to
Settle in for a long time. I don't get what I'm supposed to do with these bodies. But maybe I'm not supposed to do it yet. It sure seemed like Healer was gonna just cut open these bodies or something. Whitney Bay, if I'm doing anything that's just like obviously wrong or missing something, you can let me know. But if I'm supposed to be just exploring right now, I tried moving through time. It's locked in the past, and I can't fast forward. That was my thought too. But Fixer said to talk to Healer, and that Healer would help me check the bodies for admin privileges, but I don't see what I'm supposed to be doing to make that happen. Like, they're not selectable. Ooh. Weird shadow effects. Time shift back? No, it won't let me go backward. Oh, oh, oh. I thought it said it was locked. What? What the hell? Okay. Thank you. It's weird. Amelia
I'm
the
not
50.
good with enclosed spaces.
You're telling me this now?
Come on. We all had to cheat, lie, and steal our way onto this ship. What? You didn't lie? Jasper, I can smell the booze off you.
Shh. It just helps me focus.
I mean, shit, I'd be boozing too.
You
It's the
won't
end of the
tell
world.
anyone.
So long as you share.
Okay, it does not seem like they have the credentials. Yes, it's a ship. Can't talk to this person? So I can... Oh, whoa, okay, whoa, whoa, whoa. So I can shift through a couple of different time points for them. Johnson
Pacific
the 50.
50 to Central 1. Reporting in. Ready on your mark.
Pacific 50, please respond. Central 1 to Pacific 50. Message received. Incoming video transmission.
Standing by.
Johnson, putting on a little weight, are you?
Any updates?
You're not gonna like it.
Tell me anyway.
Those sick fuckers love suffering so much? Well, we're gonna put on the best show they've ever seen. 5 simultaneous, consistent shellings of our remaining most populated areas. We've already notified the cities. Good lead, I'd say. People are running, sheltering, hiding, you name it. We'll prolong it as long as we can. Make good cover for our descent.
So this is them attacking the occupants?
Will it work?
I swear. Peace to honey. These monsters. They're already making their way there.
In the cities? Their names?
Oh, they're attacking humans.
If you really need to know. What's left of Seattle, LA, New York, Toronto, Houston, the big ones, Johnson. The rest of the world is doing the same.
We'll have a memorial.
I wouldn't if I were you. Think happy thoughts. Don't tip your location. Some old shit once called us the scourge of the earth. They may have been right. Let's show them what a fucking scourge can do.
What
Simulations were promising.
What's happening here?
Big numbers always look good, don't they? Fingers crossed it won't be you.
Okay, so was the military's resistance to the occupants just always a sham?
Fingers crossed.
They hide a Mimi for me.
Were we the aggressors, like human military?
Central one. Out.
So they were like using humans as like bait to lure the occupants? Is that the idea?
Spin up for descent? Yes, sir.
Okay. Using violence to lure them? I was not picking up on the implications of like what was being said there. Violence to lure them? Can you explain? Like doing violence against the humans to lure in the occupants? Why was that drawing in the occupants? Okay, this is now. No ghosties. Oh no, there's still some ghosties. Okay, we can go back here, here, here. And that's it. He said they were sick. Fuckers who loved suffering. It was what he said about putting on a show. The occupants enjoy suffering, so okay, so they were attacking the humans in order to draw the occupants because what he thinks is that they like suffering, but we might actually find out it's something like the occupants were like coming to like help or observe or something. Yeah. Okay, I gotcha now. Thank you. That helps. Okay. Okay, so we unlocked this time period. We've known for a while that the occupants were more complicated than had been let on, and we're just trying to survive, and we're fleeing their own solar system or whatever. But yeah, it could be that they're trying to help the humans or just make contact with them. I would assume it's Johnson's body that has the credentials. But we're figuring out where he was when he died.
Cleared for descent.
Now hear this, now hear this. This is a ship-wide transmission. Prepare for descent.
All stations secured and reporting in.
Descent.
Descending. 10 meters. 50 meters. 100 meters.
Surface activity?
No change detected.
150 meters. 250 meters.
Surface activity detected.
Brace. Brace. 500 meters. 600 meters, sir.
Pacific 48 has activated self-flooding.
Oh, what the fuck?
Pacific 42, 44, 45 self-flooding activated.
They're drowning themselves.
Occupants are changing trajectory.
That's 8,000 souls.
What the fuck?
Destination reached. 1,000 meters, sir.
Communications coming in from Arctic 12, 14, descent confirmed. Atlantic 29, 26, and 21, descent confirmed. Pacific 41, descent confirmed.
And the rest?
No word yet, sir.
Central 1?
Nothing yet from Central 1.
Okay, so it seemed like some of the military branches, if we want to call it that, were trying to go underground, and some... I assume it's because we're underground. We're underneath the surface of the Earth. But it could be that they were in the sky and were touching down, or something completely different. But that's my guess. And that some of the others were just drowning themselves. We know from some of the prior flashbacks that they would start to drop offline, right? Like, as the years wore on, they had fewer and fewer divisions that they could talk to. But why were they self-destructing? Was that again to, like, bait the occupants? Was it just because things were that hopeless? Is it just death cult behavior?
24 hours. We can safely assume that only 7 of 50 facilities made their proper descent.
Or was the self-flooding something that they did if the descent went wrong, just to kill them quickly?
We can also assume Central 1 is down.
Jesus Christ.
If it wasn't for Pacific 48 self-flooding, and then the others drowning like that.
Yes. It was the grueling anticipation of their own deaths that saved us.
Okay, so did they, by drowning themselves, it puts them into crisis, which we know draws the occupants. So it created a distraction, drew in the occupants, so that the 50 and a handful of others could make the descent. Supposedly.
An interesting strategy.
Those were people, Secretary.
Such trauma results in intensified memory collection. The occupants, we, must have interpreted that as an act of communication.
Ooh, okay, so the occupants can do this communion activity of delving into memory, and they've used that to communicate and to better understand humans. And so when human beings are dying, they are reflecting more on their memories, and so that draws in the occupants. So it's not that they're drawn to suffering, they're drawn to memory. And people get very nostalgic and focus on the past when they're dying or in crisis, think they're about to die. Okay. Interesting. And what does that mean about their relationship to Iris and Watcher, even as a role? That there's a person in this society whose role is to just be the rememberer, the delver into memory. That's really interesting. They're drawn to intensity, maybe drawn to trauma. Yeah.
Mimi, the work of you and your team, please, commence immediately. We must make their sacrifices worthwhile.
Leave it to me, Johnny. I got you.
One more thing. This information stays with us. We need to keep our spirits high, lest we attract the occupants' attention.
Okay, no bad vibes, no bummers. It's gonna attract the occupants and make you cry.
Not a word to the rest of the crew.
I mean, the way that the occupants kill you is their virus makes you cry until all the water in your body is gone. And they're drawn to sadness, trauma, as you said, male valence. I'm also noticing how the colors of these crew members are the original 5.
Do you understand?
Okay, this is getting interesting. We are learning some shit. Yeah, I'm very glad you're here to help me work through what some of this stuff means, Malvalence, because it's done subtly enough that you have to really read this game. You can't just have it given to you. You have to take the text and parse it, which is really cool. Where are you at, Johnson? Oh, he's up there. Looks like. It's so rich. And it never, like, overdoes it. It really requires that you engage with the material and think it through. And, like, there are things that are just unknowable from the human's perspective. Oh, George. Tell me about it,
Might end up like
George.
the rest of them. Buried at sea.
They're monitoring surface activity 24/7. We're gonna be okay. Leadership said, think good, happy thoughts.
Oh, yeah? Is that what you're doing?
The, like, hum and, like, bass in the music right now is really good.
I'm thinking about the last conversation my husband and I had.
It just creates this feeling of tension and doom in the soundtrack.
About fruit. We didn't know it would be our last.
Doesn't sound happy.
Well, he was good, and we were happy.
And what does it mean about positive feelings keeping the occupants at bay? What does that mean for the society that we've been watching this whole time?
There's been a wave of, people ending it.
It's been 5 years. We're not meant to be holed in like this.
Okay, people have been killing themselves.
There's plenty of space. They made sure of that. Buried space.
People need to touch grass.
No, not the ableism.
We brought grass.
Well, glad I never have to worry about you.
Jasper just gets by just fine on his paste.
Have you seen the
Natasha.
girl lately?
Iris?
She's got murder in her eyes. I don't blame her.
What is she going to do? She's a teenager.
You don't have any children, do you?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Here's Johnson.
Any results?
The last 5 clones had some interesting outcomes.
Such as?
Good news. They're growing faster now, so we won't have to wait for them to get to their target age. We can also implant knowledge, language, motor skills, and so on.
Oh
They'll
shit!
come
I
out
was
immediately more useful.
I was wondering about that. How they all just can function right away.
Bad news? They all still succumb to the sample of the disease. Don't look so disappointed, Johnny. I won't settle for less than an exact copy.
And the child?
The backup? Just like a real human thing. Adorable. Everybody loves babies.
The backup, the child. What? Who is that? Is that the youngest?
Except for Iris. Iris
Is it
not
Zhao?
so
Is it a
sneaky.
Zhao clone?
I've spoken to Pacific 41. We've agreed that we will take an accelerated approach while they continue with caution. Your request for increased capacity has been approved. Don't waste it.
You know me, Johnny. I hate waiting.
So she is red, but she looks pink. So she's the healer type role, making the clones. I believe. Clearly doing the medical research.
41 blinked out yesterday.
What do you mean, blinked out?
Cut all communications.
What?
Shh. Keep it down.
What happened over there?
I don't know. The last transmission we received? No words. Just screaming. And then something worse. Say what you will about Iris, but at least her presence gives us hope.
Yeah, the other bases don't even have her. This one at least has a reason to keep going. To search for a cure.
Another reduction. They're cutting down on lab-grown food this time.
The faster we solve this, the faster we can return to the surface.
Listen to yourself. Do you really think you're gonna live to see this? They're already training the next generation to replace Mimi. She's got her own little academy, and they each get their own Iris.
Oh, shit. Okay. So the original 5 was not created by Iris. They were already training a healer from Iris clones. So at some point they went from having irises that they were just cloning, bringing up to teenage as quickly as possible, experimenting on and killing, to eventually keeping a baby for morale. That could be oldest, that could be principal, potentially. And once they started doing that, then, you know, they're using the clones for some other purposes. Mimi has permission to increase production of more clones, and they start realizing, oh, wait a second, we can outsource labor to these clones as well and train them to fulfill specific roles. So the whole structure of this repressive society that we've been seeing this whole time was maybe created by the 50.
They didn't call this a generation ship for kicks. I just want to eat steak. Is that so much to ask?
Oh, so they maybe had no hope, no intention of actually finishing things as quickly as one person's lifetime. I'm not sure they are creating clones to do work. Maybe they are reproducing normally, just having, like, human babies. And that's who they're training to be Mimi's replacement. They talked about a baby and it lifting morale. I definitely got the sense the baby was some kind of clone, because Iris didn't like it. I just assume it's a clone baby, not between some of these humans fucking.
If I decide to be an idiot, then I'll be an idiot on my own accord.
Enough of the Bach quotes, Johann the 50.
What do you want?
So angry. Is this about your top performer not performing?
I wasn't made for this, Mimi. I know that now.
You should step aside.
Who will take this? Who wants this? Tell me. You?
A change would be nice.
Say something useful or leave.
One of the clones has successfully entered their 3rd trimester.
Okay, so we have a clone that is pregnant.
It's the furthest we've made it so far.
Oh.
It's worth celebrating.
Oh. One of them got that clone pregnant. That's not a clone pregnant with a clone, because they would have no reason to do that. They can already clone her. But they're all getting older. This is a generation ship meant to last for generations. And so they're using Iris clones to reproduce themselves. So they sexually assaulted or forcibly impregnated this clone of a teenager.
If it fails, I don't want this branch going any further.
We've yet to try inseminating the original.
There we go.
What? Iris? Out of the question.
Yeah, okay, insemination, IVF.
We must exhaust all possibilities.
But
It
still
is our
a
duty.
massive violation, obviously. The irises have no control over what happens to them.
To those who gave their lives.
We've put her through enough.
Johan, weren't you from Toronto?
Holy fuck. This is getting crazy.
I wanted to go.
Bridge crew has to stay behind. You know that.
Johnson got to go.
They're out of their minds, bringing Iris to the surface. Just because she asked?
Okay, so this is when we saw one of the very first communions, the first communion, where Iris was revisiting the school where everything happened.
It's reckless.
Wouldn't you want some fresh surface air? Feel a gust of wind? Touch some real grass, for fuck's sake?
Who says there's any grass left?
It's all because Mimi and Iris have gotten a little too close.
Mimi, who's been producing clones and inseminating them, is close with Iris.
What does that mean?
You know exactly what that means. We've all seen them disappear together for hours.
Oh.
Careful what kind of bullshit gossip you're spreading.
That's not good. The teenager, I mean, it's probably been years here, but still, the captive teenager who's been experimented on and seen her clones forcibly inseminated is having sex with her captor who clones her. That's not good.
It does spread around.
We risked everything. Gave up everything to be here. For what?
For a goddamn clown show.
And Mimi and Johnson aren't here in this flashback because they're on the surface, and we did see them in that flashback at the beginning of the game. Ew, oh my god. So there is a lot of... We obviously knew that Iris's experience on this base was hellish. Being held captive, knowing her whole family and everyone else on the planet had died, watching her clones be tortured. That was all reason enough, I think, to eventually cut a deal with the occupants and kill the human captors. But now we know that she was watching them be sexually violated as well, and she was being, I think, groomed is an appropriate term here in this case. There's this medical director who has close intimacy with you and is taking samples from your body and doing all these horrific things with clones of you, and then you start a sexual relationship. That definitely seems like grooming.
That's it. It's over. We're stuck down here forever. We're doomed.
That's it?
She'll live.
A stab wound like that?
She has to live. This can't all be for nothing.
We have contingencies. Mimi's not the only researcher here.
Iris. That bitch needs to be put in her place.
Oh, okay, wow. Wow, see, this is what I was saying about how you have to really digest and like read what this game is giving you. So, Mimi was grooming and sexually assaulting Iris, and then once they went to the surface together in the very first flashback, the very first communion in the game, Iris stabbed Mimi. Yep. Just as Watcher would one day stab her. So, stabbing is a bit of a family preferred violence method.
Sir.
Spit it out.
It's Mimi. She's in critical condition.
What?
Iris, You better get over there.
Holy shit. This game is so good. Is she about to jump off and kill herself? Looks like it. What's her name? Amelia?
some fresh air. Just some wind against
Yeah, she's
my
about to kill
face.
herself.
Amelia, no!
The game is letting me advance in time, even though there's like some pretty crucial details that I still need to get from these people. Methinks. Oh. Or maybe that is it. Is that everybody? Mimi's gone. Amelia's about to be gone. Is that everybody? Seems like it. Let me just double check. I don't want to miss any big details. Haven't been really going down here. Yeah, that's it. Oh, okay. George is running. Natasha.
No.
Where is it? Oh. Okay, we've already talked to George. Where's Johnson? Is he upstairs? Natasha? I don't see Johnson. Just healer. Nobody over here. I just don't want to miss anything. Is he just still on the surface? Or did they... Is Johnson dead? Maybe. Was it while Iris was visiting the school? Oh, it was probably all a ploy, or like... Okay, now I'm figuring out how the plot all fits together, timeline-wise. Iris and Mimi and Johnson went back to the surface to revisit the school. Iris claimed she wanted to just visit the surface and maybe relive some memories and things like that. And that's everything that we saw so far. And then Iris stabbed Mimi because of the grooming and sexual assault and everything else. And she found the occupants and cut the deal with the occupants to kill all of the remaining humans and set her free from their abuse in return for having the secretary robot, or secretary occupant, I guess, and giving them access to her memories, which is a thing they crave. And she probably has plenty of trauma to keep them fed. Maybe they feed off of trauma. She had plenty of trauma from her memories to offer them to keep them satisfied. Trees and Lanterns. Hi, Devin in chat. How are you and how is your hand thumb? You were in pain last time I was here, but that's a long while ago. Yeah, thankfully my tendon has pretty miraculously recovered. It still feels a little clicky and stuck compared to my other hand. Like, it's hard to do like this kind of movement. I can't quite bend it as far, but functionally it's not different from my hand. That it works. Like, I'm not in pain anymore. Every now and then I'll get kind of a feeling like when I'm lifting weights or doing push-ups from both of my hands that I really should not push it. because of the hypermobility. I think that was really a big factor. I think I was just really abusing my tendons, not being aware of the hypermobility and the strain it was putting. So every now and then I can feel, oh, I've been typing for too long. I'm lifting too much weight. I need to stop. I've really made a pretty big change in my writing schedule and how much I'm writing, so that helps. I've fixed my desk setup. I have like a foam L-shaped bar like on the edge of the desk to give me like some wrist support. So those things, being more gentle, working out. I do a lot more leg workouts and running instead of lifting weights. All of that stuff seems to be preventing me from other injuries. So yeah, I'm very lucky that I got my functionality back so quick. Push-ups are bad for hypermobile wrists. Yeah, I've been lately wrapping my wrists when I lift weights. I really want to do push-ups because it's just so cool to me that I can after a lifetime of never being able to and wanting to build my little flat chest up, but I have to be really gentle with it and get a little less just attached to muscle bro identity, which is fine because I was getting too tense from only doing strength exercise, never doing like mobility and aerobic and stuff.
No.
Oh, there, here we go. Yeah, so I think this is the beginning of the end.
Medic. Someone, get a medic.
Amelia, come on, stay with us. Amelia.
And where is Jasper, by the way? Jasper was on the surface, right? Did he die too from that? They're these kind of grip thingies that allow you to keep your wrist straight when pushing up. I've seen... No, don't worry about derailing from the game. It's fine. We chit and chat around here. I did get these wristbands that have these hooks in them that you set a dumbbell into, so it helps hold the dumbbell when you're lifting weights. Really only works for like those kinds of exercises. Obviously, you can't do like a Arnold press or something with it, but I've tried that. I've tried wrapping my wrist with just an ace bandage. That all helps for sure. And resistance bands are kind of nice compared to dumbbell free weights because my hands can really flop at an unnatural angle if I'm not holding it properly with the free weights, but it's more gentle, consistent pressure with the resistance band, so that's also nice. Yeah, so Jasper's dead, but I think I remember him, or Jasper's not here. I think he was also on the surface with Iris and Mimi and Johnson, so that's why we don't see him, because he probably died there too. And I think it's all about to go down. Oh, huh? Asher the 50.
Stay back. You wouldn't dare.
Oh, there's Jasper.
Watch me.
Okay. So now they're being held in here by force.
Return to your quarters. Please.
Yes, we love to yap around here.
Have you lost your mind?
We love to gab. Gab and goop. And goon and... Oh, there they are. There they are. Our remaining people. George.
I've revoked Johnson's biometrics and assigned administrative access to my retinal scans.
Okay, so right now George is the one who can open the door. Good to know. Hi, Chicago. Yes, we are having fun with this game. This game is getting crazy. We're getting very close to the end game, so it's spoiler world. But yeah, we're having a good time. I had a good weekend. I hope you did too.
Now hear this. Now hear this. All crew and personnel return to their quarters immediately and await further instructions. We've secured the food production.
Setting course to the last known position of Pacific 41.
We're getting a transmission from Pod 3.
Yeah, you'll have to check out the VOD. I think it's gonna be like 15 hours total for the full game when you count yapping. So, yeah, hopefully you'll enjoy it. This game is beautiful. Beautiful. So much going on in it. Now hear this, now hear this. Yeah, good catch, Melvalence. That is what Noah said. So, it seems like there's a lot going on here about inheriting the culture that has oppressed you, or the culture that you're escaping from. Very diasporic parents who left a country during a revolution thing here, only to replicate problems in their own family structure. The clones, a lot of how their life was structured came from what the 50 did to them, it seems.
Who is it?
It's Johnson.
On speaker.
George. Natasha. What are you doing?
Please, cooperate. We don't want any bloodshed.
You do not want this job. Trust me.
Mimi is dead. The research is going nowhere. We need to link up with the surviving fleet. Find another way.
I'm telling you, stop now, or else there's no turning back.
Yeah, there was a coup that ousted Johnson. But I think this is all in the immediate aftermath of Johnson's right now still on the surface, and that's why it's a message, a phone call. And on the surface, Iris killed Mimi. And so, yeah, I think that's why people are mutinying and giving up hope, because now there's no way to find a cure.
Natasha, end transmission.
All right, George. Which one of these bodies is you?
Okay, so now we know who had admin access. It wasn't Johnson. It was taken away from him, and George, Fixer, had it. Now we just gotta figure out where he died.
Stop!
What the hell are they doing?
Oh, what the what is going on over here? So these guards were holding everybody back. And now they're
stay back.
Slaughtering them. So they just had a couple of guards who killed everyone. Oh, they're gathered around the light. That's cool.
Jesus fucking Christ.
We never should have survived.
They wouldn't back down.
You moron.
If you don't have the stomach for this, step aside.
Is this about to be George right down here?
Do you have any idea what you've done?
So now they're not going to have the human power necessary to pilot this thing over to some of the other bases that are still alive, like the 41. Okay, looks like this is about to be Georgie. So this was not Iris who did this. It was these guards.
Brace! Brace!
What's going on?
That's the surface activity alarm.
We fucked up. And now they've come for us.
So is that the occupants breaching the surface? The killing drew the occupants? Could be. My theory is that this is still when Iris linked up with the occupants. So because it wasn't just her and Johnson and Mimi that were on the surface, they had other guards there, I believe. If I recall correctly from the flashback, that she killed all of them. And so all that shit's been popping off. And that's part of why this coup mutiny happened. And now Iris might be coming down. It might, whatever is like separating this ship from the surface, like opened up either for Iris, or Iris and the occupants to come in. That's my guess. Okay, yeah, that's his body. Oh, yep, here we go.
This is the one. Thanks, Iris.
The suits have preserved their bodies remarkably well. Healer will have something to work with.
Come on, let's go tell her.
Cool. Can you see this, Healer?
Are you ready for me?
I found the body.
Good girl. A+. All the stars. Anything else of interest?
They shot one another. There was a mutiny. The occupant
killed those who survived the bullets.
Interesting.
Yeah?
Doesn't look like they used the disease. Usually
No.
there'd be more signs. Water stains, maybe. I wonder what other method they used. Show me.
Seems like they just flung people.
Well, well. This is our lucky specimen?
That's him. Are you gonna show me your magic trick?
You give a little, you get a little. After the whole ordeal, with Watcher refusing one of Fixer's eyes, I started growing some. A hobby that became a bit of an obsession.
Growing eyes? Girl.
You've been carrying around a pair of eyes?
Oh, a few more than a few. We've been cloning for time immemorial, but we've never pursued a more permanent manipulation of the recipe.
That sounds like a bad idea.
Why? Wouldn't you want improved eyesight? Increased muscular strength? Extra lung capacity? So who's this guy? What's his name?
God forbid women do anything. We're just optimizing over here.
George.
Let's make these eyes look just like George.
Oh,
Take
so
those
they're
eyes over to Fixer.
imitating his eyes so it can open up the locks or whatever.
She can give them a whirl.
Let's hope it works.
Go on. I'm going to poke at this body some more.
Sure.
Such judgment. Watcher really did rub off on you.
She's a little nasty with it. She has traces of Mimi in her, perhaps. Or perhaps that's unfair.
Alright, here goes nothing. The retinal scans are confirmed. No way. I've been dreaming about this for years.
Years?
Navigation, propulsion, energy distribution.
Fixer.
Life support, climate control, contingencies, it's all here.
Fixer.
What? Can't you see I'm busy?
Our guests are here.
Blue, go and greet them.
Me.
You know them, and they know you.
What are you gonna do?
I just need a bit more time. I'll explain later, trust me, okay? Go, please. And not a word about Watcher yet, got it? None of that stuff you told us. Let's keep that to ourselves.
You better have something good.
Don't worry. I do.
Keep them busy for us.
I'll do what I can.
So I'm supposed to distract them, basically?
I'll be watching your back. We're not losing anybody else today.
Attend to the guests. Oh, the jows are strapped. I love
look
it.
who it is. Our brave little miscellaneous.
I'm taller than you.
That's what's wrong with you Iris types. Always looking down on us.
I love the jows.
Cherry saved me.
They need to get new outfits, though.
She didn't have to, but she did. I owe her my life.
Cherry. She was always a romantic. You need to make her sacrifice count.
How do you know about Iris and Zhao?
How do you know about the past?
Secretary came to us.
A communion?
No, I can only interface with Iris descendants. In this case, the distance was too great between host and guest. So instead, I gave a grand oration.
Oh, Secretary told a little story.
It was Watcher's idea.
Secretary told us the whole story. We thought we were made to serve Iris types. They gave us life.
I had a little consciousness raising session with the
But
girlies.
after everything we learned, Zhao was a whole person in her own right. She deserved better. And we're gonna make that a reality, even if it kills us.
Oh, that's so sweet, actually. Like, because Zhao has just never had anybody standing up for her. So that the fact that they're doing what they're doing in her memory is kind of sweet.
What do you want from all this?
We want reparations for all that ancient Iris did to ancient Zhao. She was a shitty friend. We want control of the other side to govern and operate as we please. We want control of our own creation. No more printing unless we say so. And we're not wearing these stupid uniforms anymore.
Yes.
If Watcher was alive, whose body was that at the garden center?
They must have stuffed some poor shell and dressed her up.
Oh, that's awful. The Watcher in the garden.
That's horrible.
You Iris types don't even know your own capacity for cruelty. We're only here out of respect for Watcher. She set us on the path for justice, and we owe her for that. But Fixer and her lot, we're moving forward, with or without them.
And they got the fucking gats, so look out. I'm sorry for everything.
I want you to know, I'm sorry. Sorry for everything Iris did to Zhao. Sorry for everything my kind has done to yours. I want to make it right. For you and for the others. I owe that to Cherry.
Actions, not words, miscellaneous.
Fair.
Prove it to us.
Doreen.
Kid, I'm glad to see you. I imagine bartender never wanted you to be blown to pieces. I'm relieved. It's strange to see BBF again. And Healer. Fixer. Ghosts of the past. I guess that's how everyone else sees us.
That's unfair.
What's fair and what's true? What's more important?
If you've given up already, why are you here?
I haven't given up. You kids don't stop to think sometimes. Age gives you more ways to look at things. Enough time to make mistakes, not be so full of bluster. I know some people just want us to crawl down a dark hole and disappear. We've still got some dignity left. And we'll fight for it.
So, what do you want for yourselves?
We want safety and acknowledgement for all we've contributed through the transition, through the founding of the provisional government. Maybe not everything needs to change so quickly. Maybe there's something you can learn from us.
Kind of a voice of... So we have this radical voice of upending the entire power structure and shifting power, represented by the Zhaos. And then you have these shells who kind of they want like a more reformist, gradual approach and recognition for themselves. The Jows want reparations. They want everything to be upended and set right. Doreen and these girlies want something a lot more moderate.
This is what Bartender would have wanted.
I disagree.
I saw the time you lived in. What can we learn from your complicity?
Don't be ungrateful. We lay the foundation piece by piece. There would be no ground for you to walk on if we didn't do our work. How can you forget all that Bartender did for
Again, the reformist, well, actually, if we give you these services, if we improve education in this society, if we take small steps to make things more equitable, give people some material things that they need, then they'll finally have the strength to make a better world. But you don't necessarily know when people are making that argument if they actually want to see that big change that happens down the line, or if they're advocating for more of a delaying tactic and liberalism.
Nobody should be gunned down like she was. But your time is over. You need to make space for us. Maybe you didn't do as much as you think. You had your chance. Now, it's ours.
Yeah, you didn't do enough to fight the existing structure of power, Democrats. So we're gonna do things our way now.
Bartender wasted her time on you.
And they were also like a mob, they were doing a lot of like underground sales, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, right? But it is more self-interested, perhaps.
Hey, Blue.
Chris?
You lived. I have to say, I'm surprised.
How did you get here?
We all have our ways, but you can't imagine what some of those Reds would do for a scrap of food. Or maybe you can. I'm glad you're alive, Blue. I really am. We can finally take Old Town for ourselves.
That super short buzz cut, I love it. We have not seen that before on any other characters. And then this little cunty attendant holding the umbrella, that's
Isn't that
very
what
hot.
we've always wanted? For us miscellaneous to carve our own path? To live without their expectations?
The bomb was your idea.
Fixer. She doesn't know what it's like to be us. They had everything, and we have nothing to lose. Yes, the bomb was my idea.
And me, was I always part of the plan?
No, but I knew. It was only about time. If they kept pressing on our necks long enough, something was going to snap. I never wanted it to be you. But who was I to refuse?
I was angry.
And you had every right to be angry. We all did. You're the best of us. You did what others were too afraid to do. You're a hero, Blue. Don't forget that.
Where's Mauve?
Who?
The guard in white.
The High Minister's pet, you mean? She broke off from us.
How could you work with her? She and her kind killed Bartender.
Ooh, there's going to be a lot of schisms going on here in this revolution. Because Doreen and her crew are going to have real beef with the Whites.
It was a relationship of convenience. Surely there will be more.
You'll do anything, won't you?
You and I are similar in this way. That's why I always liked you.
So these ones are kind of completely amoral, will align with whomever. For the sake of their own group's benefit.
And what now? You here to kill them? Fixer, Healer, and BB?
It depends. I'm here to give them one last chance. If they have something to offer, I'm willing to listen. What do you think? Fixer and the rest, are they trustworthy?
God, well, this is hard because I'm partial to them, right? More so than these guys, even though they have their points too. I'm gonna say they're doing their best, because I do think they are.
They've had some challenges, but they're ready to go now. Give them a chance to help.
Thank you, Blue. I'll keep that in mind.
Ooh. Shit is getting heated.
You didn't burn after all. It would have been more glorious.
She's standing like Iris, hovering with the hands spread.
You're cursed now to live with the consequences.
Yeah, lucky me.
I want to introduce you to someone. This is Other Iris.
Sister, it is good to meet you.
She doesn't look that special to me.
Are these the cultists? So they think this is the reincarnation of Iris?
Her significance is hidden in plain sight. But I assure you, she's an exact genetic match. The perfect copy. You can ask Healer to verify.
And what do you want?
It's not what I want. We follow in her footsteps.
Okay, Other Iris, what is it that you want?
I was reborn into this body, forced to live a new life in this environment. What I know of my past self, she stood above the rest of you. I do not want that. I want to stand beside you.
Okay.
We need a figurehead, someone to be above these conflicts, someone to remind us to be our better selves.
We have more followers than you think. They are not naive. They've experienced this time after the All-Mother. Some prefer this new way of life.
We simply want to organize in the open without prosecution, so we can practice our ways. A fixer, a healer, a bang fire, a knower, and a watcher ascendant.
Okay, so they are trying to revive their idea of what the previous culture was, but it's in this reformed way. It's like a religion, obviously. It's like a Protestant ism or something, like a new version of the existing religious or the previous religious order.
And those who don't follow you?
They are free to choose, of course. But if they need guidance, we will be there for them.
You pass through fire, Miscellaneous. Have an open mind.
We're not going
Believe
back,
it or
sweeties.
not, but I've witnessed the All-Mother's time.
A communion? You are most fortunate.
Sure. We can't go back to that way of being.
You must be mistaken. We simply want the choice to exist in our own way.
But can you just freely choose that reactionary structure? It's like choice feminism applied to trad wives, right? I just want the freedom to choose to be my husband's property or whatever. Can you freely choose a structure that eradicates freedom? Can you just say that this is pluralism, where people get to believe whatever they want to believe when your ideology doesn't really allow for that? How is that
We
tenable?
will not force anyone to join us who does not desire to. Please, consider it.
Hey. Listen up. Fixer is ready for you. Leave your arms outside, and no sudden movements. I'm watching you.
You're out of your mind.
Oh shit.
You want to summon an occupant?
We saw your train burning on the tracks.
A mass communion. Is it possible?
This music, it's kicking up. Oh, here, we're hatching our plan.
Just shut up and listen.
You never like listening to others.
Aw, look who's all grown up.
Fixer, please. Continue.
I don't need your permission, Mom.
Don't speak to her like that.
Hey, watch your step.
All right. Calm calm down. Just everyone calm down. I've had a bad day. Please don't make it worse.
Her attitude. I love Healer.
Look, I get it. I get it. We were slow and you decided to go on without us. Fair game. But we're here now. We're ready to contribute. This mass communion, whatever you want to call it, gives us a chance to set things straight. No more living in the dark. Everyone will see what happened for themselves. It's what Watcher wanted.
The Jows support this. You all need to see what the All-Mother was really like. You too, make-believe Iris.
Does it matter, her disposition? She gave us life. Not exactly. Small detail, but we're cloned from Principal's hair.
Whoa!
Sacrilege. The truth is ugly. I know.
That's pretty big. Did we know that before?
Sisters need to see how Watcher
Principal
was
is
set up. How Principal
youngest,
betrayed
right?
us.
I thought maybe she woke up.
I don't care who did what or when. I want a better life for Miscellaneous today.
Well, there's more.
Yeah, it does make sense. Like, Iris was just completely separated and maybe even still held captive in a way. I mean, she's held captive by the occupants. Kind of seems like maybe these roles, these sisters, they were replicating the structure of the 50 in a lot of ways. And the technology, using the same technology, operating in a lot of the same ways. So they were kind of also keeping Iris captive as a figurehead, just as the cultists right now are saying they need some kind of figurehead, some assigned figurehead. So Iris was kind of maybe had less freedom than we think and was kept isolated and forced to commune with the occupants. Even though she cut that initial deal, it was out of duress, obviously, as a confused teenager who was being like sexually assaulted and tortured for years. Or I guess she was probably in her 20s, but and then was lonely for many years after that. So yeah, it definitely points to Iris having less freedom than we thought.
This is our known world. Small, isn't it? We're sitting deep underwater in what they used to call the Pacific Ocean. We've been trapped down here and it's starting to show. Multiple systems are breaking down. I don't know how much time we have left. The cloning machines are run past their capacity. Any day now they'll go down for good.
Yeah, they're underwater. So, okay, so that, not underground. Okay. So this is more like a submarine or something.
The stillborns.
Exactly. But this thing, our home, they called it a generation ship. It can move, it can surface. Look, if we stay down here, we'll end up like those ancient douchebags.
You mean we don't have to live with your lot? What the hell are we waiting for?
It's not so easy. I need a group of sisters to go down to propulsion and bring
The other side
ship
is also
back up to
underwater.
speed.
Yes. Yeah, so is that circle there, is that the train tracks? Is the other side like down beneath? Like this exact structure is a little hard to figure out. I mean, that's the orchard in the middle, right? I think. Maybe not. I don't know. Where's Old Town? Is it just another layer right there?
Hard to do while on the run. Extra hard with the red guard on our backs.
You were always obsessed with the surface.
Listen to me. There's a whole planet out there, and we've been cut off from it. Isolated, suffocating each other.
That must be the train tracks, the circle. That's my guess, because it was traveling in a circle. So, and it could go from one point to the other connecting these different spokes.
We need to go up for air.
So you can tell us how to live in another place? If we can't solve this down here, we won't be able to solve it up there.
And the occupants? It's not safe on the surface.
That's where Blue comes in. Blue is the one thing we all have in common. Thanks to Watcher, she's seen more than all of us. She's proven herself to you, hasn't she? She knows what's at stake, and she's willing to do what it takes. Blue, you'll be the host of this communion. Gain the favor of the occupants. Use their power.
I love Fixer's style so much. It's so cool.
Eradicate the Red Guard.
Moto Guard.
That's what we're all thinking, isn't it?
We don't even know if this will work. There must be some other option.
We could do it the old-fashioned way. We could march on the orchard, try to take them one by one. Last time I checked, we're outnumbered and outgunned. How many more of us need to bite it?
What about the High Minister?
Oh, baby kitty's moving.
Nowhere's trapped. Playing both sides.
I don't care about that. Will she concede?
She's done more to help us than you know. I don't know what she'll do.
And she needs to go as well.
No, not an option.
Nora did nothing as they picked us off. In our rooms, on the streets.
We are not giving up on Noah.
BB, stop. She knew this was coming.
The High Minister needs to answer for her part in this. Do you understand, Blue?
Enough. I don't care which one of you Iris types lives or dies. How are we going to do this?
We need to get to those other familiars.
One is with Principal.
And her Jiao has the other.
I can confirm they're both situated in the office, treating their wounds.
But they've tripled the guard count since the explosion, especially around the elevator.
Well, who said we needed to get inside the office?
I hate this already.
What? Is that the end of the chapter? Feels a little abrupt.
What do you mean you can't find her?
Okay, here we go.
She was here a moment ago.
I searched everywhere.
Look again.
Yes, High Minister.
She is dangerous. She needs to be found.
Oh. Oh shit. It was just the roof. Okay. All right. So I think the kind of pointy ends of the ship that we were just in, that like in the model, the pointy long ends that were like at a diagonal angle, I think that was the ship that we were just in. Damn. Yeah, no, this is so bananas. I feel like there's a lot that I'm going to need to fucking play because like the dialogue between Mimi and Johnson and Iris / Watcher at the beginning of the game now has totally different implications knowing their relationship to her, and everything to do with the 50 I want to go back and look at again, and their whole motivation and operation and everything, but especially the Mimi relationship and things that we saw about the occupants really early on, their messages when they were first communicating what they are and what they're about. That is something I want to revisit. Jesus, like there's so much here that's getting unveiled. Okay, this is a lot to digest. I might have to put more in the Discord as I think more about what all this plot means. So everyone is a clone from Principal. What happened to the other original clones? They were killed. Right? They were killed. Were they killed because of the Zhao clone? That's not right, right? Why was that done? I know they're buried in the behind the fountain, but I'm like blanking on why that is. But then Principal, youngest became Principal and has never died or gone over. Yeah, I think that's why they were all killed. It seemed like that was why. It was retaliation against. So to punish youngest / Principal, all of the other sisters were killed in the same way that Iris was forced to contend with this figure from her past. Like Principal lost all of her sisters. If we can trust Iris's memory. Yeah, so it was after the failed Zhao gets stabbed and then all the other sisters get killed, except for youngest, who becomes Principal. And at some point, that's the only one that gets cloned from for some reason. Is that because Principal knew how to clone already? We already knew she knew how to clone because she was making the Zhao clones. So did she just take that over? Like, was she in charge this whole time rather than being the victim of Iris who was serving under her this whole time and like kept under her thumb as like this ancient sister? Iris was like, oh, you love cloning so much. Cloning is your curse now. Like, well, that might be it. But there was all this propaganda about the ancient sister being evil. Meanwhile, the ancient sister is around them this whole time. So that could all just be punishment for Principal. Or I feel like it could be that Principal kind of took over and was making all of these clones and kept Iris kind of trapped. Or at some point that started kind of happening. That's just my vibe that I'm getting from everything we're learning about the position that Iris was in with the occupants and being removed and kept away. Iris was checked out at that point. Right, she no longer wanted to like even bother being in community with the clones because they had disappointed her so much. So what does being called to be with Iris is? Because it seems like nobody's getting incinerated, at least that we've heard of, has actually been incinerated. None of them have been. When they get called to go be with Iris, what does that actually mean? Did that mean before going to Old Town and just creating this like replica of like an imagined memory, distorted memory of Hong Kong? Is that what that meant? Did it mean dying? Did it mean having your... They just hung out on the other side, which was just another part of the ship. Yeah. But was that just like empty? Where we saw Iris looks a lot like part of the ship we were in today. Just kind of like pretty featureless hangar kind of space. Like, what does Iris do all the time? I guess she just communes with the occupants. I guess that's her main fucking thing. Stuck in memory and stuck. Maybe kind of it's implied being sexually assaulted because it's likened to sex. The communions she's doing is likened to having sex with the occupants. And she's doing it because she has to, not because she wants to. So the implications there are, again, more violation. There's a lot going on here. From what Fixer and Bang Bang Fire said, they hid in Old Town after the occupant attacked, so it seemed to have existed then. Yeah. So was Old Town just empty back then? Or was Iris and the people who have like gone to go be sent with her there? That seems like that could be a kind of heaven, right? Like you ascend to heaven and then you get to live in the past because it's all about retreating to the past and trying to revive and live in the past. I'm not sure I believe the occupant attack was real. Yeah, no, we didn't see water. We didn't see evidence of people dying from the disease. I think we still don't even really know if the disease is real other than the one classmate that we saw and like seeing Zhao die in the hospital, but we haven't actually seen that. We saw her in the hospital, but we didn't see her die from the virus, crying all of the water out of her body. We've only seen one classmate doing that and then seen his deathbed in the school. Other than that, we haven't actually seen that this is what's going on and how people die. I think some of them died of the disease, but I'm not totally sure. Yeah, the occupant event here, it seemed like people mostly died from like head trauma and things like that. Or they might have had their mask broken and they died, but not in the way we've been led to believe, led to expect. Like New Fixer, maybe. Your mask cracked, yeah. So yeah, there's some stuff going on here. The occupants did not use the disease to kill the 50 in the flashback that we saw today either. So what's going on? What is the truth? And I really trust this game to actually resolve all this shit. Like, this game obviously knows what the hell is going on and indicates it all the way throughout. So I'm really excited to see what happens next on this shit. Wow. Amazing. Let's see if anybody's playing 1000xResist right now. Looks like there's one person playing in French. So yeah, so maybe not. We've been flirting around it, but not looked directly. Right. I'm looking for somebody for us to raid. Oh, Audie Nell is doing a body double and autism chat. Let's raid her. That'll be nice. Some of you might follow her on Instagram. She's been streaming for a while, but hopefully you'll still get a little bit more time with her channel. Oh my God. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching this. Thank you, Malevalence, for helping me remember stuff from the plot and like drawing these great connections. Thank you for being here, Waluigi Bowser. Thank you so much, Whitney, too, for remembering things about the game and helping me navigate. And yeah, everybody for being here. So yeah, I'm going to send you on over to Audie Nell, who's doing some body doubling stuff. So if you have, some dishes to do or whatever bullshit you got to do on your Sunday evening, I hope that helps you out. And another great neurodivergent creator to follow. And we will be back with the final exciting chapter of 1000xResist very soon. All right. Good evening, everybody. Yes, I'm really looking forward to the finale. I'm going to be gagged. It's going to be amazing. All right, bye.